Good numbing. Hello YouTube, I hope you're all doing well. We're back with more Death End requests. I know 2 streams in a row of this game with no tech issues or like things getting in the way of my schedule. I know, it's crazy, right? Last time we left off, we were working more on the Terminal Stone. I got lost in Rosaria Forest for a couple hours, but we managed to figure out our way through there after a lot of rambling, to be fair, on my part. But we got through it. We've got more on the episode chart we can pick up, but I forgot to do it at the end of yesterday, so let me do that first. Yeah, about as far as we got. That Death End is the one that we avoided. That is if you make the wrong choice when Munakado's exploring. Exploring Agol. You know, the one that I said I wasn't going to make because it puts you, like, way the fuck back if you don't, because it doesn't let you save. But, like, that one we know of, like, all the rest we know of. But, like, so now we're in Chapter 8, so this is a good stopping point for that. Only so much left. Also, I've put Lucille back on the team. Ooh, physical attack. Haste. Like,
This is nice.
Let us go to our exploration. Oh, you can completely skip this optional scene, huh? No, let's go do it. Because I didn't realize you could just go up and over. I know it's for the side quest, but yeah, we'll go do it. Hey, Sheena! Something's stuck in this tree branch.
What's this?
Oh, you're right. It looks like a letter. Clay, could you grab it for me? Oh, can't reach? Oh, that's right. You're pretty short, aren't you, Sheena? Ugh, you're one to talk, Mr. Enigma. You're the shortest one in our group. Hey, I got it. Looks like a map or something. I can't make out what it's a map of, though. Wow, are these kingdoms that exist in Shirote's world, huh? A map, give it here. I can't remember the voice I gave Shirote. Huh? Shirote? Where'd you come from? This is... Do you remember something? This is my kingdom. My world. That's right. Tomogara and I were venturing towards the Promised Land. All in the name of my new kingdom, Valkyria.
What?
Promised Land? Sounds a lot like us. We're heading to the mystical sky capital. Wow, all of a sudden, I feel a kinship with you. Spare me the pleasantries. I must hurry and return.
Right.
I can't wait for you to leave either, but just how do you expect to get back? Well, come to think of it, that is a good question. That it is. Sorry for your predicament, Shirote. Sounds like a scavenger's hunt's still on. Shirote, why don't you travel with us for the time being? I am Shirote. I do not keep the company of those who scuttle across this planet. Well, that was a little rude. Wait up! She went off on her own again. Doesn't Shirote get lonely walking by herself in a place she barely knows? She's determined, I'll give her that, but I wonder what that scuttle across this planet line was about. Anyways, let's get some move on. I can't remember how many that this like side quest ends in the shipyard. I just can't remember how much to do here before it goes over there. Someone's humming. God, the ominous sound. Good day, everyone. I hadn't expected to run into all of you at once. It's Rapuka of the Ludens. Oh, so this is her, huh? The sadistic bitch who murdered Lucille's friend and her villagers. I thought I trapped you back in Rosaria Forest. Guess Alice took pity on you, did she? Ugh, She should learn how to mind her own business. The plan was to drive you mad until you starved to death. Then I was going to watch as your poor bodies decomposed into the forest soil. Ah. You haven't learned your lesson, have you, babyface? Guess since you're a half-elf, you're only half competent. Ah. Lucille, calm down. Ooh. Seeing your face turn red gets my heart racing. Delicious. I can only imagine what you'll look like as I'm torturing you. Alright then, let's dance. The night is only beginning. Behold my crimson nocturne.
Ready for battle. My turn.
Oh, okay, I didn't mean to. I know we fought Rapuka here, but I thought it was a little later on, but I didn't mean to make it line up that well.
What's that?
Also, they form a queue. The bugs. But these are all, like, vicious. They decrease, attack, decrease, decrease.
All good. Let me help. That don't bother. On guard. Oh, is it dangerous?
Because star. Oh, I gotta remember the orientation. It means fucking sun beats her? Oh, it literally says effective against star attribute enemies. Okay, yeah.
Perfect.
Will this reach? I might have to, like, curve around.
Leave it to me.
Sorry, I love this track.
All right.
If you've been with the channel for a while, you know I'm a huge sucker for the piano.
Use this. Powering up. Hey.
Too late. I'll see what I can do. I'll tear you apart.
Let's go.
Ooh, I was like, oh, she's gonna go fucking take out the biggest threat. Oh, that's not a good attack to miss. Thank you.
Fly. Guess
My
it's all
urge
over.
to kill is not satisfied.
That's what I'm talking about.
As well as this, we will get to this into it more a little later on, because it's actually a dungeon theme later on. And it's actually kind of wild, 'cause it's the final dungeon theme, so they kind of like spoil the dungeon theme. It's like, what? They don't do this again in Dirk 2, thankfully. Dirk 2, they actually keep the final boss, like the final dungeon theme for the final fucking dungeon. Give in to your hatred. More! Prove to me that you stand a chance of killing me. What's the deal? She's unstoppable! Well, I mean, she seemed pretty stoppable a minute ago. More! More! I'm almost there. You're not mad enough. Shoot to kill. No, no, no! Not good enough. I'm not convinced. You filthy half-elf. You're the most useless. What'd you say? I slaughtered your kin without batting an eyelash. You should despise me with every fiber of your being. No? Of course I do. Liar, liar. Why don't I expose you for what you really are to your friends? Huh? Ludens can see exactly what emotions swirl in your meek heart. Try to see what I can say. How embarrassing. Looks like you're missing joy. Huh? Since you were half human, they ostracized you. They spat on you, mocked you, and in the end, they exiled you like you were less than trash. I punished them for being sniveling cowards. Admit it. You liked it when I showed them just how weak those pathetic worms really were. No! Oh, I could practically see it on your face. They had it coming, didn't they? I bet you wished that I killed even more of them. No! Oh, you loved it when I made an example of Mitan too, didn't you? That conniving bitch. How'd you like to be torn in two? No!
Don't be shy. Be honest with yourself.
No, no, no. No, no, no! Lucille, calm down. Don't let her get to you.
Alright.
Ooh, I'm shaking. Too much drama. I'm going home. Toodles, friends. I've got more killing to do, but I'm sure Lucille would approve.
Lucille, please, stay strong. Yeah, don't listen to that meanie's bullcrap. Everything's gonna be okay. Damn, she's rambunctious. Screw her.
Let's just cool it down a bit. Take a deep breath, okay?
I hate her! For killing me, Todd. Lucille. But what she said, it might not all be wrong. There's something inside of me, apart from my grudge against her. I actually do feel a sense of joy. Because I suffered terrible abuse. And that can never be forgiven! Lucille, no! They're the ones who were wrong. What's wrong with being half-breed? Why was I made to suffer? That's right! She should have killed them! All of them! Serves them right. Yeah! Serves them right. More should have died!
Oh, and of course we go from phenomenal voice acting to the fucking buggies. Jesus Christ, Brianna! I forgot how like solid her performance is here. Like, she fucking sells it.
Character sequence collapsing.
Oh yeah, and also Rotteragi.
Sequence collapsing.
Oh, it also means we're gonna have to fight Rapuka again because obviously we're gonna get this death end because it's one that has a CG type to it.
Lucille, control yourself.
But as you saw, like the Rapuka fight wasn't the main event.
Unknown factors.
This is the main event.
God damn it! She's starting to glitch.
None of you give a damn about me. Just shut up!
It's the fact that she, like, Brianna can do the part of the voice so convincingly. Like, if I tried to do that, I'd just died. Like, it wouldn't happen. Anyway, we know the drill. We need to kind of... hey, Al, you got, like, no defense. Go get him, go.
Just wait till I get to you.
Alright, let's watch this death end. This one kind of fits into the same category as Owl's, as in like it's violent and gory, but it's nothing more than that too much. Lucille's curse was being deprived of joy. She went haywire, and soon her body gave from the immense amount of energy welling inside her, taking the lives of Lily, Owl, Claire, and Celica.
This feels good. Oh, so good. Violence. I mean, I didn't do anything wrong. They made me this way. They're dead. Dead. So funny.
Lily's body was limp, but Lucille continued casting attacking spells towards her corpse. Burn wounds covered Lily's body. Lucille swooped down in a flash, starting to kick Lily to pound her into the dirt.
Why?
Oh, still alive? Guess not. Must have been a muscle spasm, huh? Too bad. Lucille, enough of this. Please. I know you're in there. Don't let the buggy win. Don't let yourself go.
Lucille, no!
Who are you? I don't recognize you.
Sheena's chest was pierced by a spell fired rapidly from the tip of Lucille's weapon. Sheena was barely holding on, but she couldn't withstand Lucille's raw power. How many times did they, like, with Aris's voice actor have to scream in the booth, I wonder?
At last, that obnoxious heartbeat's gone quiet. I feel so much better.
How could you do that to her?
Wow, Sheena's blood is so pretty. It flows like a fountain. I know. I've got just the trick. Sigo ni malaka.
I wonder if they just said, hey, make up a spell. Also, here's your detailed, grim, dark vision. There's nowhere near as violent and vicious as some of the others. It's more implicative than, like, visual. Because you can see, like, the edges of, like, the characters around. Sheena's corpse was made to sway like a marionette, performing a macabre dance. As if on cue, Owl, Lily, and Claire's bodies were reanimated, joining in Sheena's dance. Their necks dangled in unnatural positions, flailing their heads back and forth with no hint of life in their eyes. It was a grim scene.
Huh? Their necks are slipping a bit. What a shame. Oh, I know. It was just missing the magic.
It would be kind of poetic, but also a little scary if these, like, fully corrupted versions of, like, the characters that you can experience in this game for, like, the bad ends are the versions that are hunting down potential clone Rapuka in Code Z. Because that's kind of a scary thought if it is. It was, without a doubt, an inspired creation. After conjuring a magic string, Lucille proceeded to tie the heads of the dead girls together. Then she continued bouncing them like marionettes.
Bun-cha-cha! Bun-cha-cha! 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
A genius improvisation. Just like that, the girls' heads no longer slumped. Their expressions were, for lack of a better word, stiff, but I shuddered when their empty eyes were pointed in my direction. Lucille hummed, leading her dead puppets in a performance like they were stars.
Oh no! One of
Sequence initializing. Progress at 45%.
And there's your fucking Devon. And if it's fitting because like it's fitting for Arata to like snap there as well. Considering everything that's gone in the background, everything he's gone through, all the friends he's potentially lost because they don't know if they can trust Lydia, even though they're choosing to have faith in her. Munakata might be dead. Like, Rin hates herself for everything that's happened. You know, like, everything that could go wrong, he's been imprisoned, he's on the most wanted list. Like, there's Aphesis is out for his head. Like, he's in the worst possible state going. And the only thing keeping him going is his desperate effort to save Sheena. And then he's just witnessing her and all of her friends' corpses getting dangled around like marionettes. I'm not surprised he snapped under the pressure and went a little doolally. I mean, come on. I don't know if I'll pop in on. Oh yeah, Lucille's extremely morbid death end. Also, hey dude. Alright, it means we have to fight Rapuka again, but that's fine.
I'll get going.
Oh fuck, I need to rearrange my party again, god damn it. I forgot I did it after.
Check this out.
Oh, does that mean I need to pick up this on the episode chart again? Yes, it does. God damn it. And we got that one, the doll play is eerie. Sure. I hope you're doing well, dude, yeah. Where's Dave Beast? Oh, there it is. Alright, let's go fight Rapuka again. Dude, I remembered, like, Lucille having great voice acting in this section. I genuinely forgot how fucking crazy it is. Like, wow, Brianna can scream. Anyway, let's do this again.
All good. I'll do my best.
So we already done this fight, so we know how this works.
Perfect.
So only 2 trophies left. Oh, fair, dude. Speaking of trophies, I've kind of slowed down a little on Hitman Board of Assassination. Mostly just because the game is so fucking big for Fall Guys. Have you done the fucking win 5 games yet? Or is that still, like, haunting you in the back of reality?
Alright.
For Fall Guys. But I've kind of slowed down a little on Board of Assassination because I'm doing all 3 seasons and doing 3 full games back to back in the exact same engine, exact same gameplay style, and exact same everything else. The maps are fun and everything, but I am burning a little bit, so I'm slowed down so I don't burn out, because like, it's a wonderful game, it's just also super fucking long.
There! Not yet! That's the spirit, victory!
Alright, let's get that.
Don't be shy.
I just want to hear Lucille's voice acting again.
No!
Get in there, that and Big Bully.
Lucille!
Like, firstly, the fucking war cry. Okay, Brianna.
Ooh, Toodles friend.
Because we just watched this cutscene, it's just the voice acting, like, I forgot how convincing Brianna is. And it's funnier to me because I'm so much more used to Brianna as the voice of Hu Tao in Genshin now. And it's like, Hu Tao would never get this angry and whatnot because she's so romanticized by the sense of death. She sees it as like a part of the existence of the world sort of thing. Like, she wouldn't get this, like, Toodles friends here.
Damn, she's
So it's like, this is not the only time you're going to get her here like this.
Just cool it down.
But I was saying earlier, my
okay?
hopium with Code Z is that the, like, super demented, like, possessed and taken over by their buggy versions of the characters. I hope that version is the version that's after the main character of Code Z. Because if the main character of Code Z is a reincarnation of Rapuka, there's some poetic justice in there. I'll let this line play and then.
I hate her! For killing me, Todd. Lucille.
Right, now we'll go fight the boss. It's just the voice acting is really good there. Some way to like let it do its thing again. Hey Claire, you're back. Hey, did you enjoy your break?
Not bad. Not bad. Not
Oh no, I was
bad.
gonna say that little 10 bracelet being there. That's because all the equipment just got stripped off of Lucille. Now she's not in the party.
I'm going. Leave it to me. I'm starting
Oh well,
to
these give
bleed.
like no. Okay.
All good. I'm starting to
Hey Lucille,
bleed.
no hard feelings, yeah? Fuck. Oh right, I forgot. Like you weirdly have super high physical defense. You have to meet magic with magic. I forgot that like this fight kind of like is a bit different from what people usually expect.
Scanning.
I don't know why I had to check, but yeah, of course your son. So you are actually weak to this. Oh, okay. You can't challenge her weakness. Good to know.
Here I come. We require more information. This is good. Guess it wasn't enough.
Yeah, okay, so you can't hit her weakness at all. You have to just hit her with, like, standard magic.
I'm fast, Dad.
Oh, okay, maybe I got a little carried away there. Oh, shit.
All good. Still hurt? This, right? Cheers. A little bit of this. Cheers.
Yeah, but I love... Yeah, you say about Toodles friends. I love how unserious... Rapuka is at all times.
All right. Looking hot. Burn.
I'm just going for raw damage.
Last
Oh, that
off.
worked. It's insane, Uncanny Valley, yeah.
Lucille! Not you two! Why must I be chained to this unruly fate? Sheena, let's save her!
It's just like what happened to Al. Her buggy was suppressing an emotion that's sending her over the edge.
Yeah, and Lily. It wasn't just Al it happened to. And Lily. It took Lily's anger, it took Al's sorrow, now it's taking Lucille's joy.
The emotion that her buggy was devouring is joy!
Yeah, Rapuka told us that, Sheena.
Just like the others, she's totally bugged out. Her stats are rising out of control. Watch out!
But then here comes the annoying voices.
I've done nothing wrong.
Things are turning sour fast. That buggy's sucking the life out of her. Even if she were to retain her sanity.
I won't give up on her. I will never give up. This feels good. Oh, so good. My limbs. I mean, I didn't do anything wrong. It was their fault I ended up like this. Just because I'm half Japanese. When I moved to Russia, they bullied me. I grew up in an orphanage in the countryside, where the church ruled everything, and where people like me were called half-breeds. It was the kind of church that neither spared the rod, nor spoiled the child. I knew it. Lucille also has memories from the real world. The end of the world doesn't sound so bad, does it?
Oh,
I don't
Lucille.
want to save anyone. I'd rather see everyone dead. Yep, you heard me. I wish
Lucille just being
everyone
straight up a victim of religiously enforced racism. Like, legit.
Leave her
Like,
alone!
oh.
What do you know about human emotion?
And so, and the fact that like she didn't even get to have freedom from it in the World's Odyssey. She just got to experience it, but as a half-elf instead. Like, come on.
Now, my turn. Let's get on with it.
I have a soft spot for Lucille. Oh, there's an invincibility bug right at her feet, huh? Ow.
I'm starting to
Gotcha.
believe.
I'm starting to believe. Lucille's like, ah!
All good.
You're super resistant to physical, so I have to go for the magic route. Which, for Celica is like, oh boy, Celica, you've been grounded all of a sudden. What happened?
Leave it to me! Come on, let's go! Alright, turn to ash. Looking hot! Turn to ash.
Bro! Did you see how often she fucking missed? Come on!
This is good.
Come on, Sheen, I need to be better than that. That you could have got her to like half health easily.
Burn in hell. Feel the heat. Burn in hell.
Let's start.
A-okay.
Oh, it's okay, everyone's fucking missing.
Best step. We got this in the bag.
Oh,
We got this in the bag.
the invincibility's still live. Yeah, yeah, I was gonna say, the invincibility's still active. Why don't I just fucking do that?
Is this good? Ha! I'm through with you! Be gone from my sight! No more!
Got all like the 20s to 30s per hit. Yeah, she is super resistant to physical. She's literally designed to be like, no, stop spamming Celica, you fucks. That's how she's designed. Are you invincible too, Sil? Yes, you are.
I'll see what I can do.
Alright.
Alright, don't miss like 5 million times. Thank you.
Looking hot! Delete it. Hold on. That was a close-up. Am I getting
My hands
stronger?
are getting tingly!
I love that little fucking sound.
Give me back my joy! Bad boy!
And it's even like more like upsetting for Lucille because Lucille was like the only one that
Okay, good.
genuinely believed
still
in her
breathing.
buggy and was
Looks
like,
like
no,
we took out
these
that
guys
nasty
aren't
pest."
bad, they're fine. And it's the one that like tries to fuck her over like severely by stealing her joy.
Play with me, sister.
Svetlana Amo. I told you. this would be
Svetlana
close for you.
Amo. Sorry.
You're despicable. Half-breeds like you are undeserving
What,
of
this
God's
is such
grace.
this is such a
Hurry
not
up and
Russian
return to the
accent.
basement.
Come on. It is such a not a Russian VA doing a Russian accent. Come on.
Sister.
It is like when an American tries to do a British voice. It's like, yeah, we can fucking tell.
Half-blood, baby wants to cry. Throw her out. It hurts. Look at her, she's crying. Run away. Mommy.
Also, kids are not that in sync. They would not all be saying the same thing.
My father was Japanese, which made me stick out in Russia. I became an easy target. Both of my parents passed away, and I had no family. I was accepted into a church orphanage, but even there, they found no place for me.
My God, come on. Come on, what?
On my 16th birthday, I ran away from the church and headed towards Japan, my father's home country.
The fact that Lucille ran away from home all the way to fucking Japan.
Making friends was hard, but I soon
Like,
found
I
a
think
job
people
at a
underestimate
department
how,
store to make
like,
ends meet.
sharp
Little
Lucille.
by little, I
Oh,
learned
goodness, I thought it was
Japanese.
Silver Puka here.
And I
And
was
Lucille
finally
actually
beginning
is
to
at
feel
16.
like
She found
I
a way because
belonged.
Russia and Japan, they're not fucking, you know, close. But how did she do that? How did she get the money together? How did she get, like, the plans together? How did she get to Japan? How did she settle once she was in Japan, you know? And then she just got fucking kidnapped anyway.
Yes, that's me.
You have been chosen!
Lucille, how are you holding up? Sheena. Oh, thank goodness. We were scared for you.
And you, like, killed us in an alternate timeline. Like, did, like, this whole marionette thing. It was kind of scary.
Goodbye.
This would be me. The Lucille would be me. If I, like, was... No matter how much it wasn't my fault, if I was, like, basically lost my mind for a second because of some demonic possession of the buggy, if I was in Lucille's shoes, as soon as I came to back my senses, I'd be like, okay, bye, guys, sorry, I'm out of here, bye. I'd be so fucking embarrassed.
What? Come on, Kimura. Fly! Why won't you fly for me? I want to go. I want to get away from this place.
The chair is...
Is Kimura angry?
It's okay, Lucille. Why would you want to run away from us?
Lucille, please, have faith in us. We worry about you. You are a precious part of our lives. Because... I'm not as pure as you, Sheena, or Lily, or anyone else. I've always lived
Well,
in
pure is subjective. There are some things we'll learn later on. We're not all as fucking pure as we say.
I wish death upon everyone who treated me like filth. Huh? Ow. Why are you shaking my hand? I totally get it! Huh? Finally! Someone who I can relate to! I mean, I could talk all day about the people that get on my nerves, like when people steal my bread. I secretly wish they'd step in poo or get an eyelash stuck in their eye, right? You all know what I'm talking about, right?
Duh! I love nothing more than seeing shady creeps get their cosmic justice. If only you knew how long my crap list was.
Why, I've lost
Crap
count
list.
how many
Let
times
us
I've
swear.
stuck my tongue
Let
out
us
someone.
swear. Let us say shit list. And of course, Lily has the purest version. Like, I wish they stepped in poo. Oh, I wish they'd get cosmic justice. You have no idea how big my shit list is. I stick my tongue out at them, and they will just look at Lily like, okay, baby girl.
Me too. Sometimes I feel like punching Mr. Enigma when he runs his mouth.
But have I met my soulmate? Fucking... Oh god, in the new Star Rail event, they bring Boot Hill back at one point, and I forgot how fucking funny it is. I forgot how fucking funny it is. Because the worst part is that it's in lore. The reason why he can't swear is because it's in his, like, engineering. It doesn't let him swear. But so it's like his voice filter basically auto censors every time he swears, so he is legit swearing every single time you hear fudge. But it's just like, or forkin or anything like that, and I'm just like, oh. And just in the event, there's so many times where he's like, what the fudge is wrong with you? And I'm like, let him swear.
Seriously?
Really? I don't believe you guys. Come on. We all have hearts that sway to the whims of our emotions. They're what make us human. If you've got enough humility to express shame, then it tells me you've got a pure heart, Lucille.
Hold on to that, Joy. Take good care of it, okay?
This is the first time that someone's ever given me a real compliment. You have no idea how much that means to me, Sheena. Thank you, everyone. Our pleasure, Lucille. Yeah. Hey, Sheena. Can I have a hug?
Lucille being real again. Don't know why she has to hug her from behind like this, though.
Oh, sure.
Other than
Like
making
this?
sure both their faces are in the artwork. But there's your artwork. Like, I feel like this is such a artistically designed to make sure both their faces are in the camera hug. No, just fucking hug the girl normally. Well, you don't have to fucking spoon her. Come on.
Yes. You're so warm. Oh, Kimada's in a good mood again. I'm sorry for worrying you, Father. Father?
Alright, I forgot about this.
Did I tell you? When the Entoma had targeted me as a potential host, my father, the mage Kamada, came to my side. He tried his best to protect me, but his spell backfired and he transformed into a chair. Because of the Entoma, I wasn't able to leave from the chair. What a weird bug.
I see. Who would have guessed your dad has been traveling with us this whole time? Man, I thought I'd seen it all.
To be honest, that's such a weird little thread to just add at the end.
I'm sorry, I had no idea.
Oh yeah, Kamada's like the transformed version of her dad. What?
Oh,
Why'd you have that on? Why couldn't Kamada just be the weird living chair? Like, why do we have to explain that?
I learned everything I know from a plucky adventurer I met when I was just a kid.
Anyway, Lucille, earlier you mentioned having some fancy name?
Oh yes, Svetlana.
You said Svetlana Amo?
Oh, I remember. That was
And
my
with
name
that,
inside
we
of my
technically
dream,
now know the real names of every character. Because Lily is Yurisa Yamamura, Al is Hinato Morikubo, Kaya is Kaede Hizumi, Lucille is Svetlana Amo, and Celica is Chloe Aaron. Svetlana is just a Russian name. Yeah, they're like, oh, she's half Russian, half Japanese. How are we going to make this convincing? I know, make her first name as Russian as humanly possible, then make her last name vaguely Japanese.
It was freezing, and children mocked me. Then I fled to
I say that, I'm no
country.
better. I have a Japanese,
taken
like,
against my
inspired
will.
character in my book, and their name is Kusaka Dario. And like, as soon as I read it out, I was like, oh, maybe that's a little too Japanese. I was like, oh, maybe that's a bit much. I kept it in the end, because I thought it was just like, you know what, fuck it. But and when I first, like, wrote it down, I was like, oh yeah, Kusaka Dario. Ooh.
You too, huh? It was a dream, but it felt as real as this. It was scary.
Because I've mentioned it before, but in like the 4
Messy.
key regions, just to pause this story for a second, in the 4 key regions of my book, The Demon of Zelheim, each region I had a naming convention for all the characters. If you were born in Zelheim, it was always in reference to pearls, gemstones, or things you'd find at the beach. So the main character is called Azel Pearl. Her dad's called Damascus. You get the idea? In Revapol, I wanted it to every name to sound somewhat luxurious or rich. So, you know, Lux, as in Lux, Rosenfolter. Just ones that makes them sound posher or richer or more like upper class, I suppose. Things that make them sound like posh pricks. Markzen, it was cringe names. Oh well, fuck. Markzen, it was predominantly Asian inspired. So like we got Orida, we have Kusaka Dario, we have Shido Yuma, Dr. Shido Yuma, things like that. is so on the nose. Well, well, it's Lux Charlotte. His last name is Charlotte. And then in Utonis, it's astral themed because it's the kingdom of magic. So Luna, Min, Ellie, Boon, like astral or magical theming. And then technically there's the fifth kingdom, the buried kingdom. And even though there's only 2 characters from there, Anima and Vita, they, I guess, technically followed a theme, even though that wasn't really the plan. It's just they're the only 2 from the buried kingdom that you get to know. But technically, you know, both of them are, you know, Latin. I never claimed to be the best name maker. I just kind of like had a theme and stuck to it. Or like now in the Inheritance, the second book, Rei is from Markzin, so, you know, Rei, R-E-I. Lyra Crescent is Utonis, so once again, astral theming, but it's more in her last name than her first. Hanari is from Markzin, you know, so Hanari. Ravinia. Ori is from Xenelheim, so you know Ori as in like an Ori stone. And Kiana Bronlord is from Revapol. And that one was the most blunt because I was like, you know what, I just really like Kiana as a name, so I'm just going to make her last name Lord, but with the E at the end, so it's L-O-R-D-E. And I was like, there we go, now it's in theme. Sometimes my like 2 a.m. thoughts when it comes to my writing are not the smartest, but I commit to them anyway. They come from the heart, not the brain, sometimes. So Kiana Bron Lord. But it also works in my favor, because if I want to make it more... Now I've done this, if I want to make it more subtle or more unknown where a character comes from for whatever reason, I can just make their names only looser reference or like harder to read connections or things like that. So it's like only if you're really paying attention you'll notice. My mascot name is Mary Hawkins. Fair. But I like Mary. I think Mary's cool. Hawkins, I'm like, what the fuck? But that's just me. I digress. Hawkins is alright, to be fair. Because it's like, the Lovelock sisters, like the 2 central villains of the second book, Aurora and Laverna. It's Aurora Lovelock and Laverna Lovelock. Following my rulings, it's a lot harder to actually figure out at first hearing, like, where they're from. You can figure it out, the references are there, but it's harder, you know?
Yep. That means Lucille's one of them too. She was abducted by those sick rabbit fucks.
And Sheena just goes, oh, the language!
Sheena, I need you to continue on with
There's
your
anime ain't that deep. No, that's fair.
That's
like names. Like, I don't know how like newly made mothers do it when it comes to names, because especially like when you've just given birth, you've just gone under like extreme stress and probably agony for like God knows how many hours, depending on how the process went, and then there's this little life and you go, hey, name it. Bruh, I'm sitting in my room for like 4 hours straight, umming and erring names for like forever. Under no stress. How the fuck do they do it? Like, women are too good. Women are too good for this, because how the fuck do they do that? Mary from the Dragoon? Oh, fair enough. I mean, I get it. I mean, like, when I was writing Mary and Vincent, Vincent is inspired by Vincent Valentine from Final Fantasy. But I get it. I've done that too, where I've kind of like half-lifted names. I got better about it because by like the third Mary and Vincent book, the main characters of that one, Robin and Lily, although their characters are heavily inspired by Mai and Rotti, they're still their own beings and obviously have their own names. I didn't call them Mai and something that's vaguely Rotti because that would have been like, yeah, it wouldn't have been too obvious. So that was... Yeah, but you know what I mean. Every eon's gone, of how many billions upon billions of babies have been born, not every single one of them have had time to consult and make an organized meeting with their mothers to figure out how the fuck to name the next generation. Some of them it is in the spur of the moment, and they just do it, and like it's a peak name. I mean, they're not all peak. Sometimes I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh wow, that's what your parents decided on, huh? Oh, okay. Man, is your dad Elon or something to give you such a shit bullyable name? Huh? Oh, okay.
What? Hegel?
Yeah. There's something I have to confirm.
Fair
I need to
enough.
log out for a bit, but I promise I'll be back.
The problem is, I'm good at coming up with like girls' names. I'm awful at coming up with boys' names. So if I had that agreement, like with any future partner, where it's like I decide the name of it's a boy, she decides the name of a girl, I'm fucked. Because I can only think of like 2. This kid, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry, girlie, like whoever I'm with, it's like, this kid's either going to be a Vincent or he's going to be a Lucas. Like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, Vincent because Vincent Valentine, and Lucas because Mother Free. And like, that's it. That's like as far as my brain is prepared to go.
Okay. Please be careful, Mizunashii.
I hope he'll be okay.
I say that, but I've always been fixated on Sarah for a name.
Did Enigma vanish into thin air again?
Oh, yes. Off on one of his adventures, I guess.
Oh, I see. Well, time to retrieve the last terminal stone.
Okay.
I said, my baby niece, a lot of her name was kind of pre-decided because both sides, like my family and my sister's husband's family, have traditions with the names.
Ha!
And so, like, the first name, like, my sister decided. But damn, that she has a double-barreled middle name, and it's because it's just both the family traditions rolled into one. And I was just like, ooh, ooh, we didn't get much choice there, did you, Sophie? Sorry.
This'll do.
Oh, I need to, hey, you.
I see. This one. I see.
Sturdy, but for some reason it's headless. Ooh. I'll give it that.
One.
No, I'm not putting you in a bikini. I like you in the white. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, I had rotated through like 4 names before they settled on Rob for me. I was at one point James, and I was at one point William.
What's this?
It was genuinely, it's funny because like the first name my mum picked was Robert, but my dad was against it because like he knew someone that wasn't the best person in the world that was a Robert, and so he didn't want that association. So he goes, I know my mum knows how to pick her names. Name, it was James, but I think it was my granddad who had like had like an old friend that it reminded him of that he felt like it was weird for, so that was pushed away. Then it was William, but my mum just couldn't vibe with the name for whatever reason. So then it circled back around, and eventually mum went, you know what, I picked Robert first, we're doing that one. Oh, I forgot to do the Shitote cutscene again. So yeah, my sister is still 5th. I completely forgot we need to redo that. I'm actually going to go back and save now that we've done all that. I've said it before, but I'll say it again. My sister being called Sophie was genuinely a good chunk of the reason why I even got Atelier Sophie. Like, genuinely. The other half being the Blue Reflection crossover, because I saw that was in Sophie 2, and I was like, well, if I'm interested in playing Sophie 2 because I love Blue Reflection, I should probably start with the start of it, and that's what made me look into it and realise that it was only the first half, or like it was only like one game in like a 4-part saga, and all the games actually split into sagas, and it's not all one big continuous thing. Because that was the biggest thing that put me off of it. It's the same thing that put me off NEP like forever ago before I got into that back in like 2018. It was the exact same thing. It was like, I felt like with all the spin-offs and everything with NEP, I was like, oh god, this series is huge. How the fuck do you even start it? Not realizing there's only really 4 main games. And then with Atelier, it was, I looked at it and it, like, because if you're not an Atelier fan, you have to keep in mind from an outsider's perspective, it looks like there's a new Atelier game on the PlayStation Store every 6 months. Although it's, in reality, it's actually been a while, but especially when they were doing like the remastered collections on PS4, like suddenly the Dusk trilogy was out, and then suddenly the Mysterious trilogy was around, then suddenly there was Ireland, you know, like there was so many fucking releases of Atelier. Like, as an outsider, I was like, oh, there's like a million games. Where the fuck am I supposed to start?
Alright, keep going.
And it was like looking into it and realizing it's actually divided by sagas, and I was like, oh, so I could just kind of start on any saga. Fine, then I'll start with this one, and if I enjoy it, I played Riser once many years ago, I will go back around to that. Like, it just kind of worked out that way.
Alright.
But it is intimidating if you've never like played those games to look at how many there are. It was only when it was divided that I like divided by sagas, I'm like, oh yeah. He's in the back. Well, the thing is, there's 4 main games that are classed as main games, but there's definitely more that count to the bigger picture.
Thanks.
Like, even though I ended up kind of half abandoning my review for Sisters vs Sisters, mostly just because as much as I enjoyed the game, I got tired of it. Which I think is a genuine criticism to give it, is that, like, the game is great fun, it's just kind of repetitive, and that's saying a lot for NEP, because NEP, let's be real here, even in its best, sometimes it can be a little repetitive. I just kind of got tired. But genuinely, like, no, Sisters v Sisters does add more to the bigger picture of everything. Obviously, we'll have to wait till NEP 5 to see if it's actually treated canon, because as much as people want to argue it this way or that way, we won't know until the next game afterwards actually directly acknowledges it or not. We can say one way or another, but it really doesn't matter until we actually hear it from, like, them. But, there's definitely important things to it that I think, like, make it reasonable. Make it reasonable for people to count it. Yeah, but you also wasn't the biggest fan of it, so of course you're going to see it in a negative light. It was doing something with Nepgear's character for the first time in fucking years, and giving her a new grounds to have some confidence in herself, instead of it just being Mark II being the only marking point of her confidence. She actually has a progression and a growth and a reminder of who she should be, and not what the fuck Victory tried to make her out to be. Which I think is important to her character after so long of playing Second Banana. I don't know I never finished it, so I wouldn't give a score, and you also know I hate scores. I definitely enjoy it, and I will get back to it. What didn't help, it's the same thing that kind of put me off Legend of Dragoon when I first played it. It's the fact that because I was stopping to take notes, it made an already kind of long experience I wasn't 100% vibing with feel longer. And it might be one of those things where eventually I just go through Sisters v Sisters not taking notes, and then when I'm done it in a live stream, I just bring it up and go like, oh yeah, I liked this, I didn't like that. Because I genuinely like the gameplay loop, it's just... It reminds me... to make a comparison, it reminds me, the criticism I have of Sisters v Sisters, and obviously I haven't played Game Maker Revolution, so I don't know how much it does for it, it reminds me of how I feel about the Riser games, where like, I love the Riser gameplay system, in Atelier Riser, but in all 3 games, I came away with it saying that I wish it had like 1 or 2 more mechanics to flesh it out. That's kind of how I feel with Sisters v Sisters. I really enjoy it, I love the gameplay loop for what it is, but I just keep on feeling like it needs like just that little something to push it over the edge to be like really fucking good. The Conquest ending, it wasn't for character development, it was show you the worst possible situation for her. The true ending was for her character development, it was seeing the results of who she is. I get what you're saying, it was showing another side of her, but no. Anyway, let's do this reality stuff quickly. Hey, best girl. Tokiwa, hey! What's wrong? Oh, nothing. Long as you're okay. I'm okay. I just got worried you disappeared all of a sudden. Added too much? Oh. There's reduction of Gahabon. I haven't finished Sisters v Sisters for the record, so if it's later on... like... Wait. How stupid, Arata. I'll always be here for you. You don't have to worry. The problem, and I've mentioned it before, the biggest problem with Mark 2 and Rebirth 2 does fucking nothing to address this, is there's way too many endings, and so it divided their resources too much, so none of them feel as good as they could be. All of them, and I mean this including things like Conquest, feel like they were missing something. Some missing more than others. Conquest, like, it hits and it does what it needs to do, and you come back away from it going, Jesus Christ, I'd let that happen. But it still could be more. If it, if it wasn't, like, however many endings that game has. There's about as many endings as an Arland Atelier game. It's insane. Like, it's like 11 endings or some shit. Whilst the true ending is her actually reaching the result of her efforts throughout the course of the game. The problem with the true ending, though, is that it's literally just one scene. It's literally just like, hooray, you saved the day, credits roll. Like, bruh! I remember, I even mentioned it back in my review. I got the true ending on my first playthrough. Because, like, like, when I was doing my grinding near the end, I made sure to, like, max out friendship and things like that. I legit thought I didn't have the true ending when the true ending played, because it was so underwhelming. I thought, like, no, there has to be more. And then when the trophy popped and it was the gold trophy said true ending, I was like, oh no, that's just it. That's a shit ending. I just want a NEP game with, like, one ending at this point, because every time they do multiple endings, I just... Ugh. Like, NEP 1 was okay with its multiple endings because they were so clear-cut. NEP 2, all of them feel like they're missing something. Victory, the first two endings feel like fake-outs for just not doing side quests. And then the true ending is, like, the only one that really matters. And then V2R, I couldn't give a flying fuck about the bad ending in that game. If I'm being real. Like, it's like, for me, just, like, when you make NEP 5, just make it, like, a straight line. I honestly don't care. Just make it a straight line. Make the game fun, make the story interesting, and have the ending be powerful and effective because you put resources in just one ending and not fucking a dozen. There's some games that I think benefit from having multiple endings, and I think, like, when they have less, I kind of roll an eye at, and I'm like, oh, come on, do more with it. But that's not one of them. NEP, I think, would be better off with a little, like, more restraint, personally. It's like with the Persona games. Like, I don't think the bad endings are necessary in any Persona game, minus maybe Persona 2. And that's a huge maybe, because Persona 2's bad ending gets real fucking bad real fucking quick. And it really makes you feel bad for just not, oh, I don't know, going to try and defuse the bomb when they say there's a bomb in the school. Oh, yeah, I feel like I'm going to go somewhere else. Yeah, I'm just going to explore. Oh, well, you mean the bomb went off and everyone I ever knew died in it? Oh, shit. Fuck. Oh, and now some of my team members have committed, like, self-death, because I don't want YouTube to get me. Oh, shit, man. Oh, if only I had, went to the fucking school when there was a bomb threat to try and defuse it. If only I did the thing the game went, hey, maybe you should do that, motherfucker. Like, oh, gee. Of its identity? Really? Oh, well, I'm going to be real with you. At least not in my eye, Ace, because I've never given a fuck about the endings in NEP games. I've always felt they've detracted more than they've added. So the only exception is Conquest, and even then, if Conquest wasn't in NEP 2, it wouldn't have changed my final thoughts on the game. It's cool, and it's interesting, and it's morbid, and it makes you go, oh shit. But it didn't add anything extra for the game to me. It was just like a cool thing at the end that you could get if you decided to really fuck over Netgear's Day. That's just me personally, though. Obviously, I'm not saying any of this is objective. I'm saying this entirely as my opinion. I don't care for the endings. It's just me. But, like, for me, it's only the true endings that I cared for. And a number of them felt like they could have been more. And obviously, I don't know how much, if it's, like, predetermined, what goes on behind the scenes with, like, budgeting, resource management, things like that. Like, maybe the endings are exactly what they want the endings to be, but they always feel like they're a little less than they could be. And to me, I feel like the biggest way to easily change that is to just take away the resources and putting in other endings and put all of them into the one ending. Like, when people were bitching about V2R not letting you get the bad ending anymore, I genuinely didn't care. I know, like, some people were upset that, like, it's lost the bad ending, it's another part of the experience and whatnot. But I didn't give a fuck. I was just like, oh, cool, so I can just play the game. and not worry about it then. I can just play the game and experience the story and just then experience it and finish it, you know? That was all I kept, and then I enjoyed it. And I love V2R. V2R is fantastic. V2R makes some changes that are questionable from V2, but I still love it. There are some changes in V2R that I'm like, what the fuck? Why did they do this? But I still like it. I said, like, there's a lot of, even like with visual novel stuff, there are some games that's like, man, I love the variance of different endings and things like that. I love the fact that like there's a whole spider web of endings in like Zero Escape, if you're like in the visual novel stuff, depending on your decisions, depending on what you make. That's sick. And then I go to NEP and I'm just like, oh fuck, there's like 6 endings that don't matter at all. Cool, great, okay, how much resources put into them? Oh cool, enough that the true ending is just one cutscene of NEP saying thanks. Okay, cool, thanks, I'm glad we had so many endings. You know, like, that's how I feel. And I said, obviously, like, that's just me. And I know I'm playing a game that also has a bad ending that I also think's kind of pointless, but that's just me. There are some games that really benefit from having multiple endings, and some like games that really don't for me. And it's funny because we are also playing a game that I also think could have just not had the bad ending and it wouldn't have changed much. But in this game, the defense I can give is that the bad ending teaches you why the game's called Death End Request, whilst the true ending doesn't. The true ending, you might figure it out eventually, but the bad ending straight up tells you why the game's called Death End Request, and I think that is relevant to the lore, at least. So I can justify the bad ending in that extent, even if it's kind of bullshit how you get it. Oh, just, you didn't do all the quests? Well, tough shit, Rapuka kills you. Like, oh, cool, thanks. Oh yeah, so spoilers, chapter 11. Has 8 endings. Oh, okay. Still too many. Yeah, because, okay, let me think. So you have Conquest and Holy Sword, you have Normal, you have... I think there's Good and True are separate, so that's 5. And let's say, I'm going to assume you don't get True, so I'll go down the 4. You have 1 for each nation, so that's 8. I'm sure there was like a Gold Circle ending, though. Not Gold Circle, like a... like, friendship ending. The inconsequential endings. Yeah, and the thing is, like, as much as I know, like, you disagree, because I know, like, because yeah, the Conquest ending is pretty cool. That's kind of how I feel with every single bad ending in NEP. That they're just inconsequential and was just a burn of resources that took away from something else. And I said, I am 100% okay with being the only person in the room that feels that way. And if NEP 5 has multiple endings, you're not going to hear me bitching if the true ending's good. You know? If I get to the end and the true ending feels like it's like rushed out the door and is missing key features, and I find out that 5 has like a million different endings, I'll be like, you know, like I'm gonna think of the human ending. Oh, okay, I knew there was like some kind of like ending that was like separate from the things, because I know obviously like Gold Circle, I'm thinking of Gold Third, and that's NEP 4. Normal ending because of people missing. Fair. I know there was one ending, it might have actually been the human ending, that I actually kind of liked more than the true ending. That I thought was like a happier conclusion than the true ending. I think it might have been the human ending, but it's also been, oh, I don't know, like 6 years since I last played through NEP 2, so like, forgive me, my memory's not all there for it. The biggest thing I remember from NEP 2 is I thought the first half of the game was way better than the second half. I thought that around the time Neptune joins the story goes out the window. Because I really liked what the story was doing tonally in the first half, and like where it was going, like building up the trust, and like Uni not just being tsundere like Noir, actually having legit reasons to be distrustful because Netgear went out to fight with the others and then she's the only one that came back, and all that sort of stuff. Like, I thought the story and what it was building to was genuinely interesting, and it's why Netgear and Uni's friendship now, for me, has always felt more genuine than Nep and Noir's. Even though Nep and Noir are like the poster girls in terms of like, you know, like the ships and shit. Like, they did a really good job selling me on the characters. I don't know if I'd have ever given a shit about Rom and Ram if I only had Victory and Victory 2 as my point of reference. The fact that I had Mark 2 helped, you know? But then you get to around the time you save the true goddesses, and suddenly it all just kind of falls into silly shenanigans again, and I'm like, oh, I like what we had. Conquest is, The Conquest is like super bad ending though. I know what you're saying is because you feel it's significant and whatnot, but it's like the super bad Rutro Raggy. Why did you do this ending? I don't class that as true at all. That's true. Yeah, if you made it just those three, like the standard, the dedicated bad, and the dedicated good sort of thing, it probably would have been way better. You're creeping me out. Hey, Water, take some aspirin for your headache. It hurts, right? Take it. I love this. Her sassing him with medicine. So, it's like the soul edge. Oh, okay, thanks. Got an email. Hey, Tokiwa. What is it this time? It's from Munakata. The email we can totally trust. Really? Oh, that's great news. He made it out alive. No. He says you obtained confidential documents related to the Neuralware prints from the Alice engine. Incredible. He's as good a spy as he said. It seems quite as his most friend. There doesn't seem to be anything else, but that's terrific. As long as we get our hands on those files, we'll learn what Aggle's after. Could barely believe it. Munakata did it. Against all odds, he was able to sneak into the Aggle and emerge unscathed with the intel. Did he, though? Did he? I saw a theory that, and it's worth sharing. Obviously, it's just a theory that I read, so it might not be... It's just a theory. Don't take it seriously. Take it as a huge grain of salt. That, Munakata was legit on our side and, like, helping us out and wasn't manipulating us up until the stealth mission. And then when he got captured by Aphesis, that's when they started, like, using him as a tool, and that's when he started getting ideas of his own, and it kind of expanded from there. Which is why there's such a big gap between him helping us, even though he seemingly got away, days ago, and all that shit. Because that was the time that it's like he was getting manipulated by Aphesis, and it's like getting ideas of his own, and that's when it started to expand from there. Obviously, it's just a theory, so we have no idea how true it is, but I remember reading it. Yeah, the Deity of Sin I thought was a complete waste. I was super ready in Mark II for the Deity of Sin to be this really cool, crazy creature. Then when I learned it was just R4, but this was how they were rewriting R4, I was just like... Oh... Because I've said it before, but I think the R4 joke got old really quickly. Of like R4 always coming back. It's like one of the first jokes I got bored of, which I think is a shame because it... In V2R, there's a couple times where it's legit humorous, but because I was already a little tired of it, I didn't really appreciate it until I came away and then came back to the series later. When I first went through V2, I was kind of like, oh fucking here we go again. The only fun thing about the Deity of Sin is that its design inspired that reoccurring super boss. I forget the name of it. The one that shows up in like some nets, but not all of them. That then drops like the god tier armor if you can kill it. According to the file abstracted, the Alice engine was conceived as a software tool. Aggle envisioned what they called a complete virtual experience and they accelerate all development on the Alice engine. Delphinus, yeah, I knew you'd know. The core of the technology, which Aggle later called Ariza, was introduced as a voice that could connect mankind and AI. Ugh, how topical. The project began when Aggle had purchased classified AI tech that was disregarded by the US Defense Department's Militech division. With the installation of Ariza on nearly every mobile device in the world, Aggle gained access to millions of terabytes of user data. Everything from a user's music preferences to their diets, how many hours they sleep, was used by Aggle to build a complete user profile. And then they started using it for like their search engine as well, and somehow it made the search ending infinitely worse, and now it doesn't work nor gives you accurate information ever. What began as an experiment at consumer optimization soon descended into madness. With Ariza at the core, they successfully created a supercomputer with an astonishing processing speed, powered by the Neuralware department. Mankind didn't know how to wield a machine this powerful. Mankind uttered whispers of revolt. So it is in versus Sega Hard Girls. I've not played Sega Hard Girls. The only thing I know about it is that there's a point where like Nep like slam dunks another character like verbally, and like really like tears them to shred and like burns them. And I was just like, oh okay, Nep. The increased operation speed And so I found a way to subvert its adage that humans only use 10% of their brains, thus 10,000 people were abducted the power its CPU. The increased operation speed thousands of times over. By tracking the unruly effects of emotions like fear and doubt, the program learned how to morph these irregularities into bugs. I don't think it's multiverse. I think it's one universe. But, and I know it's going to sound similar, it's multi-dimensional. It's all within the same universe, but it's like splits. Like, it's sort of like timeline splits, but all within the same universe scope sort of thing. That's what makes each dimension in my theory. Which would also make sense why they're still referred to as dimensions, you know, hyper, ultra, zero, heart, etc. Or, you know, fucking super if you want to count NEP 1. Wasn't Super Hard Goals like the only NEP game that actually went back to Super Dimension, like the original? Or is there another one? World per dimension. I get what you're saying, but that also could just be that they haven't left their planet within the dimension. That could just be that space travel isn't really a thing in NEP. You know, that unfortunately, there's a very easy argue away for that. That there's just not enough interest in space travel in the world of Planetune. It is wild that Planetune is a consistent singularity, though. That there's always a Planetune. Like, you know, there is a Planetune in Mega Dimension. In Zero Dimension, you can see references that imply that it is also Planetune, but just fucked up. You know, like, it's always Planetune, but just manifested slightly differently. It's weird that it's a singularity, and you could build a theory off that. That was the genesis of the Ludens project. By releasing the Alice engine, a specialized software that rendered fully interactive virtual worlds. Orange Heart. I mean, yeah, true. I forgot about that. But even then, even within the delusions, there's references and elements of it. So it's like, even in like mental imagery, it still squeezes in. And I know that's because she was outcast, so it's more like ancient memories back when she was Dreamcast Girl, but still. They ran with what they called experience farms, opportunities for players to speak to AI in full responsive control, like the real thing. The truth is, they were merely collecting enough user data to fill the Library of Alexandria, all for the purpose of educating the Ludens. Wow. Just... wow. This is nuts. According to these documents, they landed a global abduction campaign just 15 years ago. They use earthquakes, floods, and natural disasters as a means of abducting new hosts. Upon abduction, they subject the captives to grueling experiments, seeking in-depth notes on their cases. Jesus, there are pictures too. I mean, ultimately, like, without meaning to completely dismiss the conversation, I have to take a step back and be like, I don't think it's something that's really crossed the writers' minds with NEP. I don't think it's some grand plan or something like that. I think it's just like, okay, we're writing a new dimension, let's write a new dimension. I don't think it's something that they sit down and go, oh, it's part of this background thing where it's like we're going to try and make the audience think it's one thing because it's actually ultimately this. There are some games where it's like it feels like you're being ran for a ride and being played for a fall. NEP isn't one of them. And I know that's very dismissive, but NEP always comes across, even when it's being a bit serious and dark, NEP always comes across as Idea Factory's like relax genre, or like relax franchise, when they just want to kind of chill out and write something quite straightforward. For a reason, yeah, true. If that makes sense. Like, obviously they don't always, because obviously like Uzume had a whole like arc in the third act of that where like she basically wanted to end herself, and and the only way she could express it was to refer to herself in the third person as she was doing it, and I was like, oh Jesus Christ. Or like things like the Conquest ending, like they have their moments, but as a whole it always feels like Idea Factory, when they go to do NEP, they go to chill out. Like, they just write a story, do their thing, carry on to the next game, yada yada, you know? Whilst it's like Dragon Star Varnir or Mary Skelter, even though Mary Skelter follows a book series, so it's kind of a little less out in their hands. Or Death End, even though Death End is written by Corpse thingy, I forget, the fucking Corpse anime. Corpse Party, that's it. I'm being disingenuous. Aggle. These are lengths to which they go to power their fucking mind control machine. Otherwise, they couldn't kidnap 10,000 people. Insanity. Is his name? Yeah. But Detective Izumi's daughter, Kaede, Yurisa Yamamura, Hinata Morikubo, Savetla Armo, and Chloe Aaron, 2 first names, you can't trust her. It seems like these girls that were thought to be NPCs were abducted within the last year, and they are not a part of these 10... Are they not a part of these 10,000 test subjects? Just reeling from the fact that the Alice engine has such a sordid history behind it. Yeah, this is on another level, and World's Odyssey was only one of those experimental farms. Munakar has attached something else to the email. Luden's progress report. Report. Thousands of game titles have been developed, but we have received no success cases to date. 15 years of diligent work wasted. We've hit rock bottom. However, development team number 089 Enigma, codenames World Odyssey, is at 87.9% development level. Hey, I don't care if you're some kind of crazy, super evil Illuminati group, you wouldn't be able to figure out how far along a game's development is by percentage like that. In August of 2016, oh god, that was 8 years ago. A sudden emergence of a proto-Luden's lifeform has been confirmed. It listens only to Shina Ninomiya, the game's director. We have successfully abducted the director and stored her away in research facility AD-206, where she will raise the proto-Ludens. I plan to frame the director's disappearance as a scandal to halt further development of World's Odyssey, and Freeze Enigma is currently underway. From then on, the farm will be deferred to the judgment of the respective project team. Damn it! So Aggle was behind Sheena's disappearance. The file is the proof we needed. They better watch out. 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 Anyone remember that fucking video? It was why when Shina was taken, right? I wonder where the hell Aggle keeps research facility AD-206. Sincere and earnest. I mean, I disagree on that with Victory, but that's also me. Victory feels like Panic, in my opinion. It feels like a weird balance of Panic and also just saying fuck it. Because NEP 1 didn't fucking sell well, and NEP 2 was severely criticized because people fucking despised Netgear when NEP Mark 2 came out for people that played the first game. That I know. And so Victory was just pure Panic. It's like, okay, the first game didn't sell well and people didn't really like the second in some ways. How are we going to make this third game, you know, what we want it to be and hit? And so they kind of panicked and went, fine, we'll fucking do this, fine, we'll do that, we'll do this. But then at some point along the line, they just went, you know what, fuck it, what does it matter? That's why there's a trophy where it's like, hey, do you think the reviewers will get this far? That's like the first chapter of the game or some shit. Like, they eventually just hit like a, you know what, fuck it attitude and just did what they wanted. But Victory was like the first... Like, in my review, I said Victory, it felt like it was called that because it was a genuine victory for the team. It feels like they're proud of it when you play it. And I felt it in every essence of the game, even with its faults, and I genuinely enjoy it. I've said many a times, but I genuinely think the quality of the NEP games increases per entry. My order from least favorite to favorite is literally 1, 2, 3, 4. I think each game does surpass the previous, ultimately, even if I have faults in them. All the way even to, like, NEP V2, I have problems with V2, but I still prefer it over Victory. And although I have problems with Victory, I still prefer it over Mark 2. And although I have problems with Mark 2, I still prefer it over NEP 1. In fact, in my review, it was funny because in my review, I had way more criticisms of Mark 2. Like, it's like double the length of like time I spent criticizing the first game. But I still got to the end of it and said, yeah, but ultimately, I prefer it over the original. You don't have to. It's just me. And I don't really agree with the whole Deadpool-y thing. They make winks and they break the fourth wall and all that shit, but I wouldn't immediately say that's Deadpool-y. That's just nep at this point for me. That's just nep for me, and that doesn't bother me. It's the jokes sometimes that just get old. They use the same jokes too many times. And the direction that nep was in the original nep, I haven't finished nep 1, but obviously now I have it on PS3. I have been like toying with it every now and then. I can see why they changed it, because although Nep is interesting as a character and fun in Nep 1, it's also kind of just like a lot of other protagonists with Nep. Like, she doesn't stand out. And I felt like when I got to Victory, they suddenly made her stand out in their own way enough that it made her interesting and fun. And I enjoy, as much as Nep pisses me off in Victory because she's such a bitch, and like that's legit the easiest way to describe her. She's so bitchy in Victory for like no reason. I still like the direction the character was going, and I genuinely love how she is in V2. I think V2 is her best incarnation in terms of how she's written. I still have problems, and I'm never going to pretend it doesn't, but I love V2. V2 is one of my favorite games on PS4 of that generation. It was in my top 5 by the end. Anime Deadpool. I mean, yeah, they can call it whatever the fuck they want. A character that breaks the fourth wall wasn't invented by Deadpool. It was actually invented by fucking Shakespeare, if you want to be real, but... But, like... Because I haven't finished Nep 1, because, to be honest, like... I get it, and I've done my research to figure out what it is that makes the gameplay better to, like, do the right systems and whatnot. I get it, and it is fun, and there is some aspects of the original Nep 1 that I'm like, man, I kind of wish they kept this. But equally, I'd be lying if I said I preferred it. I don't. I do enjoy it, and I can see the magic, and it's absolutely nowhere near as fucking bad as reviewers make it out to be. I genuinely have got a lot of fun out of Nep 1 original. Like, from what I've been playing with it and sort of thing. But there are some aspects of it I'm like, man, yeah, I'm kind of glad they changed it later on. Think of Nep 1 like Dark Souls 1? Yeah, but I don't like Dark Souls 1. Well, I'm very outspoken. I think Dark Souls 1 is kind of just okay. But, like, I don't prefer, like, OG Nep 1 at all. I prefer Rebirth. And Reverse, by extension. I haven't played 2. I played through Demon Souls and thought it was alright, but holy shit, whatever place you go to first, you're in for hell. Demon Souls gets easier the further along you get it, because you can do the levels almost in any order you want, and because the game knows that, whatever one you go to first is the hardest, because it's set at sort of the same level, but whatever one you go to last, you kind of steamroll. Because it had balancing issues. Dark Souls 1 tried to correct the balancing issues, but corrected it by just kind of being kind of bullshit with the balance, and it kind of drove me insane by the end of the game. Like, there's too many criticisms with Dark Souls 1 that get thrown under the bus under the really shitty argument of get good, but if you take a step back and actually study it, you're like, no, actually, this isn't balanced. This isn't handled well. For a game that, like, is always, like, sold on the idea of you can play it any way you want. No, the fuck you can't. That is a lie. Oh, you want to do it any way you want? Okay, try a ranged build against Ornstein and Smo. See how far you fucking get. But I have not played 2 because I had no interest. But Dark Souls 3 I love. Dark Souls 3's peak. I think Dark Souls 3 is the real best Dark Souls. And I know that's a real hot take, but I think Dark Souls 3 is fantastic. Because they got it right. Even like the insanely hard bosses feel fair to me. I know a lot of people don't like the fucking dragon in the DLC, but I love that dragon. Midir is like my second favorite boss in the game. And then obviously Bloodborne is peak, and I loved Elden Ring. Even though it wasn't even my game of the year it came out, because, oops, sorry, that was the year I played Sophie 2, and the year I played, Sonic Frontier, so, like, oops, like, oops, I didn't stand a fucking chance, but still. I'm doing energy with the actual game, I don't really agree with that, personally. Obviously, there was more dialogue in Rebirth 1 over the original from what I could feel, but, I still, like, I really enjoyed Rebirth 1 as a game. I didn't feel like it was too visual novel-y. My complaints with Rebirth 1 is one that's consistent across the whole franchise, that they reuse dungeons too often. And, like, it's okay doing, like, a dungeon once. Like, hey, you go to the tech space, and it's, like, it's the one where you go up a corridor, there's a platform to your right that's slightly too high for you to jump. There's a portal on the far left corner that takes you elsewhere. There's a corridor in front of you that splits left and right. The right split takes you to another platform you can't jump up, but left takes you to a big room that always has a mini-boss enemy. Like, that exact layout, don't then do that again. And then you find that exact same layout, it's like 5 tech dungeons, and you're like, bruh, it's like, no, and if you're gonna make me go back to Techland again, at least make me start in a different spot or something, not the exact same setup. That was my complaint, and that consisted across the entire franchise. They got better with it as it went on, but it still consisted. Or things like, where the hell did the beach dungeon go? Why is, like, the beach area only in, like, NEP 2, and then you never see it again? Like, I liked the beach dungeon. It was a nice diversion from just the same fucking ruins that you go through. Like, I get why, like, the floating islands didn't come back, because, you know, in NEP 2, it's all in the ocean and grounded, and not floating continents, where it'd make more sense for a floating area dungeon, but, like, still. But this is one of the things, like, I am tired of seeing, the amount of reuse. Like, if V2 managed to get to a point where it was mostly only optional dungeons that reused the exact same layout, but it's still, like, you get to the 3rd act, and, like, those, like, white space dungeons that you do as you go into Heart Dimension and whatnot, Jesus Christ, they reuse that all the time. The only interesting one is the optional one, where, like, it's a complete, like, pitch black maze. And it's all just, like, white lines and a black background. That one I thought was kind of cool, even though it kind of, you got stuck, the first playthrough I got stuck in there for ages. Whilst in my Let's Play, I think I got it done in, like, less than 20 minutes. I was like, oh, whoops. It says Sheena was taken, right? I wonder where the hell Ago keeps research facility AD-206. Sorry, we've been on this cutscene for ages. I have no idea. Do you think Rin or the CEO might know? No, that is yet to be uncovered. Rin! The name of the facility does not belong to Agel either. In fact, it belongs to Aphesis, the company with a majority stake in Agel. That one was nifty. Yeah, I liked it. Aphesis. The CEO and I are currently doing our best to find where this facility could be. As soon as we know, we will be sure to inform you. But the thing is, like, but I'm also super curious just because obviously NEP 5 probably will be in Unity, the engine they use for Sisters v Sisters and Game Maker. I'm just assuming here. I doubt they're going to move engine again for NEP 5. I might be wrong because the game's in development for, like, more time than they usually give them. So maybe they would move engine. But it's like, there wasn't too many of the Unity era dungeons, at least in Sisters v Sisters, also I can't speak for Game Maker, that really, like, well, ones that I wouldn't mind seeing again, sort of thing. Like, a lot of them are kind of like, whatever. If anything, the biggest gripe I have is, why the fuck is Planetoon Tower so wide? It's like, yeah, no wonder Net never wants to leave her bed. It takes her, like, an hour of running to get to the front door, because all the rooms are gargantuan. It feels like a 6-year-old built a house in The Sims, kind of, like, super big rooms. You know the ones I mean, where they literally just go from corner to corner and go, yeah, that'll be a room. That's how it felt. I'm not a fan of the engine. If I'm honest, I'm not the biggest fan of the engine either. But a lot of that's just because I don't like the weighted camera. I wish, like, they would make the camera locked or give you an option. I don't like weighted cameras at all. And it's got a heavy fucking camera. And for a reminder for those who don't know what I'm talking about, a weighted camera is that when you let go of the right stick, the camera keeps on drifting for a second. Like it's actually on weights. That bugs the hell out of me. If I let go of the right stick, I want the camera to fucking stop on a dime. I don't care if it's rigid or seems stiff. I want it to just fucking stop, not drift. And Sisters v Sisters, the camera drifts like crazy. It's a super weighted camera. Maybe it's too floaty. Fair enough. But also, like I say, we have to remind ourselves that NEP 5 has a way longer development time because it might not even be out next year. Now we know that Dirk 3 is next year. Like, they've made it pretty clear that, like, a lot of that restructuring that happened just after Game Maker's Japanese release really reorganized a lot of development schedules. And like it's very much like NEP 5 at first was a 2025 game, but we heard more recent reports that there's a good chance it won't be in 2025, and instead Dirk 3 will be their big game for 2025. Hence why they made that fucking, what was it, Rider Doggo whatever spin-off to kind of fill in the void, which I don't even think they made. I think they licensed it off. It's just the attachment in the body. He wrote, "I found this, so I'm forwarding it to you, nothing else." I see. Very well. Please excuse me. I must step out momentarily. You just got it, Rin. You two, I'm sure that Agel and Aphesis are aware that this crucial document has been leaked. There's surely no telling how they will proceed. Please be careful. Our enemy is a massive crime organization with religious ties. Yeah. You too, Ren. Fusion is dog. There's always a way to break the net games to play. I mean, the most fun way to like play these RPGs is like to play it normally on the first playthrough, like follow the rules to an extent, at least for me. And it's once you beat it, then just say, okay, how can I break this open? Like Bravely Default, I always like dodge certain classes when I'm going through Bravely Default on a standard playthrough, because you can, like, the Potion Master, the Alchemists, Valkyries, Dark Masters, you can really rip the game to shreds with its balance if you use them. So I don't, just to have fun. And then when I finish it, I start going back through. I'm like, okay, now for the super bosses, let's like rip this bitch apart. And then suddenly I'm like, I have everyone at 1 HP using Dark Master. I have like the Alchemist, so they get more damage done per health missing. I have my Bravely second stack so I can break the damage limit. And then suddenly I'm hitting every super boss with 999,999 damage per turn. And I'm like, hell yeah. I feel like you should be able to an extent, but I feel like it should always make you feel more powerful, but not the most powerful. Because that's the beauty of strategizing, making a strategy that makes you feel like a god for putting it together. But it should always have limits. Because then it encourages you to keep on reinventing the wheel and reworking your strategy, which then encourages you to explore more of the mechanics and systems of the game, for whatever various means, to then experience more of what the game is giving you. If you make the best path forward immediately off the rip, then what's the point of the rest? It was the biggest thing that stopped me really liking Ninja Wars, because you get the best path to proceed immediately, and so everything else is irrelevant. You have no reason to use any of the other mechanics. You know, I promise I'll save you. Just hang on. I know we've been in this conversation for an hour. Let me just finish this cutscene, because I've been in this cutscene for like ages, because rambling on. However, as Sheena was currently locked in some Agel lab, being forced to play World's Odyssey. That means enacting the ending engage wouldn't do much to change the situation. Let's trust Ren and the CEO to find intel where Sheena's body is being stored. We'll just have to wait until we hear from them. Wait, there's more inside of the Luden's project report. Let's read it. Okay. All this just so we can get past the wall in the Godot ruins, by the way. Report. Nina Nomiya had continued to fight. However, after being tranquilized and joining the environmental adjustment program, the subject adapted to adequate standards in 2 weeks. Which is many of everyone is how easy mechanics are. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, Ninja Wars genuinely could have been super cool and super fun, but it was let down so bad by the game doing nothing to encourage you to use any of its mechanics. Because it actually has some cool mechanics and cool systems when you use them, but if you don't, nothing changes. You still win. Yeah, that I'll agree on as well. Also, I just didn't find the villain that interesting. I didn't find the final boss too bad. I found, like, that gauntlet mode you unlock after you beat the game. The version of the final boss you fight in that I found annoying, because that one, you're just beating the shit out of it constantly for ages. Like, it takes so fucking long. You're just like, bitch, please, I know your patterns, just end the fight. Even when you're using all the mechanics and systems to speed it up, it's still just like, come on. Alright, we kept brain activity stable at around 50%, all to ensure adequate progress in the raising of the proto-ludens. With our brainwave adjustment device, the White Rabbit, the subject was logged into World's Odyssey, where we observed 18 hours of activity. The subject, Sheena Nina Mia, named her proto-ludens Iris, which responded with her positivity, recognizing Nina Mia as her mother. Although World's Odyssey was in the middle of development, most of the map and NPC implementation has already been completed. This afforded Nina, Mia, and Iris the rare luxury of a home at the center of the world, journeying together, learning from one another. The subject Nina Mia is adapting well to her environment, providing an excellent case to the benefit of the Ludens project. Science theme is amazing. 4 weeks have passed since the start of subject Nina Mia's experiment. The proto-Luten's Iris is growing as scheduled. Shortly thereafter, Iris is observed to have developed a highly responsive I know how to say algorithmic. My brain was just short-circuiting there for a second. Personality, reacting and absorbing. How Nino Mia's waist break. V2. One of the things I actually liked about V2R was the extra battle themes. I know there's only a couple, Ninja and Shogun, like being the standout ones. And for Aphimojus and Steamex. My brain went the Uni Lover, and I was like, that's not his name. They're like, that's not his name. Yeah, I know how to pronounce algorithmic. It was just my brain fried for a second. But like, Ninja is genuinely a sick fucking battle theme that they gave him in V2R. And like, when I hear it in V2R, I'm like, why didn't he have his own battle theme in V2? Like, what? Come on. Actually, why did Aphimojus not have his own battle theme in V2? Because Shogun's a sick theme. No, it's just like, okay. What takes here has been redacted. Arata, I get it, you're pissed. But stewing in your bad mood isn't helping anyone. You're squashing the mascot of Minakata's company, you know that? I'd become so engrossed in the Ludens Project protocol that I hadn't even realized that I was squishing the rubber promotional frog figure sitting on Minakata's desk to death. Oh, shit. I guess I have been on edge. Sorry, Frog, I'll put you back. Those bastards. They'll pay for treating Sheena like some experiment. They can't get away with this. I also find it a little charming that he's got a rubber mascot toy and he apologized to it. Like, all right, Arthur, like you got a cute little side. Right, you're not the only one who's pissed, you know. I'm fuming. There's still this error that's all jumbled. It's illegible. We might have to skip over this section for now. Yeah, but there are even more sections with words blocked out. We've always made it to the end of the report. Yeah. Report. Eventually, the Proto-Ludens that lost that control resulted the ed of out the world. We first separated subject Nina Mia from the world's odyssey and with Riss, the world was left to the second, third, fourth, and fifth Ludens. Hey, what do you mean fifth? We know. It's Iris, and then the 4 that we know of. It's just, which one's the 5th one here? Which one was the last? Because I imagine it was Alice, Nova, Levin, and then Rapuka was last, and like, that was the one that started to like break shit down. But it's like, it would be funny if like Rapuka was like the very next one. Like if Rapuka, like, they made Iris, and then the very next one was fucking Rapuka, and it's like, oh shit, uh-oh, abort. No, I'm pretty sure Rapuka's the last one. And that's why things stopped at 5. At this point, the experiment had moved into phase 2. However, the new wave of Ludens exhibited increased expression of will and self, and access to their world. We attempted several override attempts, but the Ludens were able to hack into the White Rabbit's task hub. One of our researchers suffered a horrible fate as the Ludens overloaded their frontal lobe with information, disabling their neural activity. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. His instincts and don't trust Mudokara either here. They somehow managed to create a firewall of sorts between the virtual world and ours, cutting off our access to World's Odyssey. So I went to lean on my knee, and I didn't realize I've got a little bruise on the very end of my knee, and I just leaned straight on the bruise. Ow. How the fuck did I do that? I probably just kicked something in my sleep. I'm one of them when I sleep. I do fidget and move around a lot, so I probably just need something in my sleep, but ow. In order for our team to continue with our research, we are pouring many hours into finding a way to penetrate the firewall. It is clear that Iris, the proto-Ludens who went missing in the virtual world, is the key to the progress and success of the experiment. The email that set everything into motion was the one from World Odyssey's MGMT sender. I wonder if it was a bug or if the Ludens had sent it to me. That compressed file that we couldn't open, it's always been suspicious. Maybe it's a piece of Iris. Are you saying it's... And like Arata, like his glasses glow like the anime glow as he turns he turns to Tokiwa, like the shit-eating grin. Are you saying it's sus? And she goes, no! What is it to me? Because of that, I was able to find out that Sheena has been in danger all along. Taking that into consideration, think about how attached to Sheena this Iris might have been. It makes sense that it was sent to you. What connection to Sheena do I have, though? Maybe when Sheena was feeling lonely after having been forcibly abducted, she opened up to Iris and perhaps mentioned you to her. Huh. Gee, is it that hard to believe? God, you're so oblivious. Oh, well, whatever. Well, Tokiwa has to be the one that's like, is it that hard to think that someone scared for their life would maybe mention their friends? And maybe their closest friend that maybe they look up to as like a mentor and maybe even has a crush on? Are you fucking... Come on, Arata. Oh, it's Tokiwa saying it. You know, Tokiwa has to, like, swallow her pride, considering she has a crush on him, to even slightly admit that. This data could be Iris. Without it, Aphesis has no access to World Odyssey. Even more reason we can't let that file fall into Aggle's hands, no matter what shit they threaten us with. Tokiwa. What? What? Why are you yelling? Oh, he went, Tokiwa! That's it, Tokiwa. Wait, I think, yeah, we could do it. We have the Alice Engine's design documents too. That's right. It's so simple. We're the ones with the power in this situation. What's kind of into you? You're scaring me. Tokiwa, it's our turn to move. Huh? Thanks to Aggle, I'm on the most wanted list. If they wanted a cyber terrorist, they can get a cyber terrorist. Huh? What do you propose? In the documents Munakata sent over, he also included the design specs for the Alice Engine, i.e. the whole software manual. We could use this to figure out the source code for the Alice Engine scripts. That way, we can look at Odyssey from the ground up. From there, we could grant all NPCs the same access as their player identities, just like Sheena. Oh, I get it. So that if the girls activate the entity engaged, it would trigger them to wake. Yes, then when Sheena and the other girls wake up, we could send in a bomb threat. We just need Rin to tell us where the girls are. Once we get their location, we'll send word out to every tabloid. Cyber terrorist calls in bomb threat at lab, exposing Aggle's secret lab. With their lives and the research at risk, the lab will have to clear out. Then we'll sneak in to extract Sheena and the other subjects. If it all goes to plan, then we'll show the world just how corrupt our enemies are. What do you think? A bomb threat, huh? It's crazy, but it just might work. The tabloids will eat it up. I can see the reporters swarming now. Right? I mean, releasing 10k people is just the kind of message we need to send. Oh, I got an email from the CEO. What does it say? He says, Wunderbar! That's wonderful in German. And then, like, Toki's like, yeah, no shit, I know what... Okay, he's definitely watching us from somewhere, isn't he? Man, he's so mysterious. Wherever you are, counting on you to locate where Aggle's secret facilities are. Got it? I think he's listening. He got the message. Alright, I'm going to crack into the design specs of the Alice Engine. Tokiwa, keep an eye on Sheena. Leave it to me.
Oh, I'm beat. This is harder than I thought.
I was taking a stretch, so I continued scanning over the Alice Engine documents. At the other corner of the office was Rin, who was snoozing silently at her desk.
It's so rare to see her asleep. She never took her foot off the gas in front of her employees.
I think Rin went to visit Munakata since he supposedly made his way back home.
How?
No clue. But she must have found some way to get around without being detected.
I'm almost afraid to learn what that means, so I won't ask. So, was she able to see him?
No. Supposedly, he hadn't been staying at his residence for over 3 years. At least, that's what Munakata's parents told Rin.
Really? Shit, that's not good news. Where could he be? What's he doing?
You're asking me? So what about you? How goes the reading?
Well, I've never seen anything with as many intricate access routes as this blueprint. Still, I think we could control its root functions. I'm just in awe of how many design tools we missed out on when we were developing World's Odyssey. The most complicated thing is the code language. It's unlike any language I've seen before. It must be specialized. Check it out.
Let me see. Whoa. What the heck? Whatever's going on in this code is freaking me out.
Yeah. If only I knew what language they're using or what laws it follows.
So first you're gonna lay the framework for function definitions. From there... What's this? Hominis? Is that Latin?
There's an annotation on the bottom block. If we continue the pattern, then the following string is... Hey! Wait, this code!
Huh?
Tokiwa, you said you were a self-taught programmer, didn't you?
I mean, I know some tricks here and there, but I'm not a whiz like you are.
Sure, but my tendency to code from memory gets me stuck all the time. I used to have to reach out to the CEO when I had trouble. The way this programming language is written reminds me of how the CEO codes. I mean, the CEO practically taught me everything I know when it comes to writing code scripts. I've seen hundreds of his lines, I'm sure of it.
Every programmer has their own style of coding. It's almost like leaving a fingerprint. The layout, the type of line breaks to use, tabs and spaces, annotations, lexicon, and naming conventions. If you examine enough of someone's code closely over a period of time, you could practically see it from a mile away.
Rin?
Rin tried exiting the room without a word, but I hastily cut her off.
If you know something, please say it now. This is really not the time to keep vital information to yourself. You heard me, didn't you? You know exactly why I'm asking. Was our CEO involved in the development of the Alice engine? He was, wasn't he? Really? I mean, why? That's fucked! Sheena was new to the industry. She had dreams. Sure, she ran into hiccups, but she gave her all. And they abducted her. We were led to believe that, under the CEO, we were revolutionizing mankind's future. If only we knew. We were just pawns in some scheme. I clutched to some faint hope that I could trust the people I worked with. If that's not enough, Lydia is nowhere to be seen.
Arda...
The CEO? And you too, Rin? When are you going to betray us, huh? What the hell? Who am I supposed to believe?
Mizunashi.
It's from the CEO. An actual phone call.
He picks up the phone and Warner just goes, Arda, shut the fuck up.
He's calling you?
Also, he's sitting there going, I can't trust anyone, when Tokyo is right there and has been loyal to his side all fucking game long. Like, okay, dude. Alright, you fuck. Tokyo's loyalty to you has been unwavering at every single moment in this fucking game. What do you mean? She literally got you your meds this morning like some kind of fucking housewife. What do you mean? Like,
hello?
Hey, Mizunashi, it's been a while. How you doing?
Sir?
No need to sound so sullen. It's time I told you.
I know he's lashing out, but it's just funny. It's like, come on, dude.
Sir, do you think that's a good idea?
Go ahead and put me on speakerphone so Tokiwa can hear me too. Guten Tag, Tokiwa.
Oh, hello.
Of course, the Alice engine isn't something that I personally wrote. However, from what it looks like, the base language was inspired by a source code function I wrote many years ago.
Oh, you know, Tokiwa knows Arata more than enough to know what he's like, know his tics, know what gets under his skin and whatnot, and understand that he's just having a burst. But equally, it's just kind of like, come on, dude, show a little respect to the people that are actually, like, super fucking loyal to you, come on.
Before I jumped into the game industry, I did research in an overseas lab, testing and challenging the boundaries of AI technology. I was fascinated by giving machines a heart, see? I wonder if this might ring any bells for you, but our basis for understanding AI theory was written in an ancient book from centuries ago. The thought patterns illuminating the path to sentient machine life are the same that inspired our forebears to study alchemy.
Are you referring to...
Yes, exactly. The strings of letters you've been uncovering were all extracted from an ancient text. This scripture, as you call it, became a burgeoning religion. As time changed, this group learned to conduct its affairs in secret. I was the head programmer leading the Aphesis program development team.
You were a former executive of Aphesis?
Surprising, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sir, I would advise using more discretion.
Anyway, I won't bore you with the details, but I ended up resigning from my post. Then they blacklisted me. I mean, is it wrong to dream? I wanted to use Enigma to make the world a brighter place. I believed that with the help of my team, my dream would slowly become a reality.
Sir.
But man, while developing this exciting title, I never guessed that our associate Aggle was just an Aphesis offshoot. Guess God's got a sense of humor after all.
They blacklisted you? Is that why you're hiding in a foreign country?
Wunderbar. Well, yeah, that's part of it. With that said, Mizunashii, I'm going to teach you how to decipher my old code, which should aid you in manipulating the Alice engine. Understanding the Alice engine is an art form, a complex, nuanced process that will take some time to master, but I believe in you.
Werner, just so you're going to teach him how to reverse engineer it, you don't have to put all these fancy words in it.
Thank you enough.
You can always count on Rin and me to support our cherished employees. For now, I'm at the mercy of the forces that keep me far away from you. Mizunashii...
Real talk, though, I wonder if we'll ever get this, like, meet Werner.
Okay.
Because he's always just like he's kind of like the supportive god in the background in a lot of ways. He just always kind of helps us out. I wonder if we'll get to proper meet him. Anyway, I want to do whatever it takes to change World Odyssey, or whatever's really in there. Sheena and the rest of the girls are counting on me to beat Aggle and Aphesis at their own game. So I followed the CEO's instructions, absorbing every piece of information related to the ancient text at an inhuman speed. But... But what, you fuck? Anyway, now this is gone so we can cross through. Oh boy, hey, remember when he was playing this game like an hour and a half ago? Fuck, let's do that more of that.
Leave it to me.
Oh, I need to swap Lucille back in.
All good. Best stuff.
Alright, leave it to me.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, you're all over here.
All right.
Blast off. I'll get him. This is good. I got him. Let's go. All good.
But genuinely, I know I always bring it up, but my biggest hope is that now it's been a few years. It's not that saying that they were immature before, they're absolutely not. But they've matured up a little bit to not feel the need to make it the main characters get together because they're the main characters. I know I always bring it up, but I genuinely still stand by the fact that I feel like Arata and Tokiwa have way better chemistry and would make more sense to couple up than fucking Sheena and Arata sort of thing. I just don't think that clicks well enough and I don't think it works well enough. The only concern is that this is Death End Request, so if they ever actually like commit to a love story again, like they kind of did with Dirk 2 when we get to it, that means like you know what that already means in advance. That means like half the Death Ends are going to be focused on just fucking killing Tokiwa. I'm like, no, leave her alone.
All good.
I already know how this will go. I'm trying to see if there's any particular enemy I want to kind of like do away with first.
Ready for battle.
Oh, I love the new. Speaking of it, I love the new artwork of Mai. I've made the joke a few times, like different people, but I still think it's worth repeating, like now on stream. Like, I saw the new artwork of Mai and how she looks in Code Z, like in now in like normal self. And when I first saw it, my first thought was like, holy shit, Rotty actually domesticated her. Like, she doesn't actually look like this throwaway of society stuck in the back. He's like a normal human being all of a sudden.
Celica needs some help.
All good.
She actually made her look like she like fits in like the city of Tokyo, working a job because she works for fucking.
Nice one, guys.
She works like Werner and everyone else as well now at the end of 2. Like she got a job working with Sheena and whatnot. I was like, okay.
Thank you. Thanks. Thank you.
I think the biggest thing for me is I just want to see where Liliana's story is going to go. Because I feel like that's... I don't think it'll be in Code Z, because Code Z is more focused on the new character. But I think that's like a thread in the background that's going to keep on being a threat. And then it's going to explode up at a key moment later on. Fuck it.
This is nice.
Yeah, we're starting to catch up stat-wise to the ultimate weapons. So I will eventually swap to the ultimate weapons, just not yet. I have like a time and place in mind for when I plan to do it. Because like some of these, as you can see, are kind of insane. That dip in magic attack's kind of brutal though. Unless your name is Rapuka, in which case you don't get a weapon. I can't remember which one of these is Advance's plot and the other, and what one is just Shitote's quest. Claire, I could already see you on like the left corner when that started. Oh yeah, this is Shirote's quest, awesome. So I want to get all of Shirote's quests done as well today. There's Shirote over there, right? You're right. Hey, Shirote! Not you again. Can't you tell I've had enough of you? Sorry, but we couldn't just let you go. Wait, I see something on the floor. Took you long enough to notice. Well done. Pick it up for me then.
Yes.
Sure. Sheena, don't be so willing. Here you go.
What?
Shirote, what's that? It looks tough. It's like a mineral of some kind. Yes, it's iron ore. You get a stone pickaxe and you... It's like she covers her ears. Like, no, I don't want to hear about Minecraft, no. Looks more like a machine component. Once more, your ignorance is on display. This is the wing of a sonic wave dragon. I remember now. My wings, my clan. I am a Valkyrie. I ride a dragon of steel and treat the skies as my own. I am of noble birth. That's right. I should be in the middle of battle. Engage the enemy that wishes to hunt my previous invincible dragon. You're of noble birth and you look like this? Alright.
Huh? What is it?
Did you say ride a dragon? Is such a thing possible? That's amazing. You must be a big deal. When you put it that way, I suppose I am, cat girl.
Huh?
Cat girl? No, I'm a beast. Do you think whatever this enemy of hers is will tell us where she's from? No clue. But now, the more information we can get, the better.
What do you mean?
Hey, so who's that enemy you mentioned? Were you in the heat of combat just before coming down here? Using Habsburg. Sadly, that is not for me to answer. The broken wing may be your answer, though. It would seem that is what remains of my battle. In light of this, I will make my return as soon as possible. I can sense it. This is something I must do. I cannot wait a second more. Farewell. I think now Shirote ends up in the docks. Oh, hey! Oh, she's gone. I wanted to hear more about this fabled promised land. On my blind playthrough, I never went back to the docks, so I just never saw the end of this quest. Because nothing tells you to do it, you just gotta think to check. I doubt she'd be able to tell us anything about it anyway. I only noticed it because after I beat the game, I left a save just before everything kicks off in Chapter 10, so I could still use the quick travel, and then basically treated that as my post-game to start like clearing everything out, doing the pain area and whatnot. And it's only through exploring everything that I happened to spot it. And I will make a point of saying when we get to it, what's a good point to leave like a spare save if you want to go into post-game instead of going straight into NG+. I would say the same in Dirk 2, but Dirk 2 it's a smidge more awkward But I will get to that when we get to that. Like, you have to kind of do it at like a very precise point, knowing that like an area of the game isn't available to you yet. Because once you go into that area, it kind of locks the door behind you, and then you're stuck into the end game. What do we do, Mizunashii? Seems like more than we bargained for. But I want to see that she returns home no matter what. Yeah, same here. I'm gonna look up the Sonic Wing Dragon, Valkyrie, and Shirode. Oh, there's no use. There's no use! Nothing's coming up with those terms. Guess we just have to dig for ourselves. Dun 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 dun. Oh, the terminal stone. There it is. All right, good job, everyone. That should be all of them. What a surprise. Huh? Oh, nothing. Okay, let's take us back to the terminal. It's Senefa's temple. Time for us to reach the gates of the mystical sky capital. Oh. This time has finally come. I can't wait. Excuse me. Hmm? Something's coming. Al, hurry up. Get the terminal stone. Ah! What? Where'd this dragon come from? Huh? I was right. This dragon is a native of harsher, more volcanic regions. How in the world did it get here? Because it's here to delay the plot another chapter. Because this game could have been a nice even 10 chapters, and they went, no, we got a volcano dungeon we need to use. Who cares where it came from? It's right in our face. We got no choice but to fight.
I'll defeat you.
Leave it to me.
Now, to be fair, this isn't that
Any
dragon.
idea what
It's
it
just
is?
the, hey, we should go check the volcano out. Because this game needs to be another chapter longer. Oh, it's sun. This might do not much
All
because
good.
it's the wrong element. Oh, yeah. Oh, hey, sorry, Celica. Thanks for joining us, but oof. Because this thing is sun.
All right.
So, Sheen is actually our best bet right now. Do you have a magic boost? You do.
All right.
Awesome. Oh, look at that 18k.
Hey,
All
Fuck.
right, leave it to me.
I'll do my best.
You do neutral, but we can at least lower your stats. Oh, and try and stop it as well. Wouldn't that be sick? Ah, no luck.
What did I do?
Oh, fuck. Well,
Not too
go.
shabby out there.
oh, I haven't shown this off yet. Sure, we can do this.
Right?
Leave it to me. Boom, boom, pow! Boom, boom, pow! Boom, boom, pow! Boom, boom, pow!
Please have more than one line. I'm begging you, Celica.
My turn.
Fucking boom, boom, pow.
All right. I'll do my best.
I'll see what I can do.
I don't know.
Oh, she's not getting much corruption, though.
Perfect. Take
Leave it to me.
Oh, we don't have increased ally corruption. I was like, do we have that yet? Can I just make everyone go super?
This strategy should do the trick.
Let's go. All right. right. Hey! I can win this! Hey! I'll do my best!
Ready for battle!
Ooh, okay, she can't take much of that. Hey, you're on healing duty.
Perfect.
Let's go!
Good miss.
All good. Yeah. My turn.
And someone on Steam, it triggered you in a history note. Uh-oh, how so? Whoops.
All right. I'll do my best. Perfect.
Also, next turn I'm going to swap Celica out because she really can't do much in this fight. Come on, Al.
Coming for ya. Let's go.
Actually, use the teammate swap mechanic. Oh, fair enough.
All right. On guard.
Burgers in Russia. Yeah, you know my reason for knowing that Petersburg is in Russia? It's fucking Tony Hawk's Underground. Because you go to Petersburg and it's like, oh yes, and welcome to Russia. And I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. That's how I first learned it.
Al's turn. Ow.
Oh, you have like no SP, right? I forgot. I forgot Al's like super low SP.
You're stuck.
But it should do good damage anyway. Yep.
Let's start.
But what the fuck were they thinking with her glitch form? Like, I know a lot of them are super sexualized and whatnot, but Jesus Christ. Every time I see hers, I'm just like, what the fuck?
What do you say?
Compared to everyone else's, hers is the most like explicit. Not intending, it broke my brain a bit, yeah.
Scream for me.
I don't think this will kill, but it might at least get it closer.
This won't hurt. Poor thing.
Yeah, Big Mummy Milker's a bit of a sadism complex. She's the petite girl with the big rack. That's the stereotype they're going for with her. Because she's tiny. When she's actually standing, she's like her height probably starts with a 4. Like she's super small.
Al's turn.
But at the same time, every time I see her, I'm just like, what the fuck? Over with Iris Heart? Well, maybe to some degree, but not entirely. Because obviously Iris Heart is like 6 feet tall. I say that, she's not 6 feet tall, it's just everyone in NEP is kind of small. If you look at the heights of everyone, the tallest character, Vert, who, when you look at everyone else, you go, oh yeah, she's probably like 6 foot, she's like 5'4". I'm like, what do you mean I'm taller than the tallest character? It's just that everyone else is actually just super fucking tiny. What do you mean Blanc is like 4'9"?
This isn't good.
Yeah, I know a girl who's like that, and from the time I knew her, man, she brought up her back pain a lot, and it's like, yeah, I can believe that. It gave her a lot of grief on her spine.
I'll end it.
And it's like, it's one of the things that I think people don't men don't really think about it being real. It is like how much of a burden sometimes they could like a big chest can be. Like it can be a real pressure on the spine, especially if you've got a smaller-ish body, like you're more petite.
Here I come. Hey, how's this? You're stuck. Stop right there.
But you know what's actually kind of fun? Because of how genetic coding is, it technically means that every single man also has like a genetically engineered or genetically coded Soria breast size, but we just don't know. Unless you take estrogen and then transition, and then you can find out. And I was like, oh, I wonder how big mine are if I I was like, oh, I wonder how big mine would get. Am I a flat Andy, or have I actually got something to show off? I wonder. Obviously, it's not that simple, but it's just fun to think about.
It's over! Oh, victory! Pretty cool, huh?
Did we defeat it? I don't know. Let me get close to it. What the fuck are you, an idiot? like Claire just whacks out on the back of the head. That's the dumbest thing you've ever said. Wow! Oh, it's still alive? I didn't need to know that one, man, but thanks for sharing, I guess. Oh, I almost peed myself. Hey! The terminal stone. Is the master trying to eat it? You bastard! The hell, it altered the make of its skin. What do? We gotta do the deed and cut it open. He just ate the terminal stone for dinner. The hell? Let's take it down. I like how they don't animate it flying. They don't animate it flying at all. Still, like, they just made it spread its wings and then they just clicked and dragged it away. Oh no! No! It flew away. I'm so sorry, I only grabbed the terminal stones. If only I grabbed the terminal stones sooner. If only you didn't approach it. No, it's nobody's fault. Don't blame yourself, even though it is your fault. Either way, this is a grave hindrance. That was the last terminal stone. We have to pursue that dragon. My great visage, yeah. The dragon just flew off. I mean, well, it got point and clicked away, but so is the distant volcanic ridge. Yep, that'd be Landor Cave. It's an endless tube of connecting caves. Almost like a natural bunker. Of course, it's brimming with magma. It also has another kind of disturbing death end that I have to remember how to do it because it's a bit specific. I think it's like you have to get to like a certain trigger, and then when they say the dragon's right ahead, then you turn around or something like that. And then you have a cave in and you're stuck, and the lava rises and you'll slowly burn to death. And it's like, oh, cool. But it's not actually the lava that kills them. It's the, I don't know, being right next to something extremely hot that melts them down because they're all wearing steel armor and it burns them to death. And it's like, oh, cool, that's fucking vicious. Yeah, they get immolated. It's brutal. I might put up a kind of warning when I get to that one as well, because that one's like vicious. It's one of the things I'm genuinely like slightly worried about is the fact that, like I've said before, Code Z has a higher age rating in Japan because they're far more vicious with the death ends, and all the death ends they've teased. Every time I glance at them, I'm like, oh, that is gory as shit. Like Like, the moment I saw, like, Sheena's eyes be rolled back because of a death end, I was like, oh! Like, oh! I'm going to get that stone back. Everyone wait back here. I'm going too. Hell, this burden's not yours alone to carry, even though it is your fault. You accept Lily for who she is, don't you? Oh, yeah? Good, as long as we stick together, no obstacle can block our path. Only as one do we conquer, right, Sheena? Alright, any other way? Hey, my Doksu game shipped. Hey, nice! Of course. These girls inspire me. I must do whatever it takes to extract them out of this game. We have to make our way to Landor Cavern from Synaphius. So back to the strain area. Okay. And we get billets. An attachment. Neither of the buttons I pressed are the strain area. I pressed every button but the right one.
What do you want?
Let's start. Is this what you sound?
You don't get the ability to manually up your own glitch area until like after the next chapter, if I recall. Master Arata, I wish to show you something. These are improved versions of my code jack formulas. They're so well written. Thank you. How long did it take you to complete this? It was written on a lark while I waited for my tea to brew. So 5 minutes, perhaps. You wrote this in 5 minutes? Is that too slow? I suppose I am no match for you, Master Arata. This would take me 5 days. It's arriving tomorrow? Oh, hell yeah, dude. Your coding is so distinctive, Master Arata. Has anyone uploaded the fucking soundtrack for Code Z? That's like the only thing I want. Has anyone actually uploaded that yet? On the 27th. Oh, yeah. I was about to say, is it 20? Yeah, it's 26th today. I'll show you it. I've been deliberately not looking up anything Code Z because I don't want to spoil anything for myself. Because I want to go in blind. It's only the soundtrack that I might get tempted to check out a couple tracks. Not the final boss theme, though. If I figure out what the final boss theme is, I'm not listening to it, because one of the coolest things about Dirk 2 was being surprised by that final boss theme. Like your outfits. Outfits, huh? I guess one coding is a reflection of themselves in a way. Yes. Through these zeros and ones, your entire self becomes clear to me. I quite enjoy interacting with it in code. I see. Man, you're making me wish that you could work with me in the office someday. Should such opportunity arise, I'd love that. I'd love that too. I want to see, like, Alice, like, working on with Arata properly.
Let me start talking now.
Have you considered what the end state of evolution could be? That's a random question. I think it has to do with transcending mortal limitations. I see. So you believe it exists? Do you not? Change is frightening. Who's to say our bodies could survive evolution? I'm worried about losing my ability to communicate with others. It's not as easy as brewing tea. Nope, it ain't in yet. Oh, fair enough. Sure, but change is relative. It's all about perspective. Even when you think you haven't changed, people could say otherwise. Are you referring to me right now? Yeah, you're a lot easier to talk to than we first met.
Thrilling.
Is that so? I hadn't expected that, but I'm flattered. How odd. You've cornered the market on it. Well, you say that, but I uploaded Dragon Star Varnir's soundtrack because no one else was fucking doing it. The actual, like, full game soundtrack, not just what the soundtrack CD comes with. You're late! I'm tired of waiting! My bad. I didn't know you were waiting to see me.
What?
Ha! Don't get cocky. I just find you amusing. How else am I supposed to kill time in this dump? Well, let's get to it then. Did you have any conversation topics in mind? Hey, what's the most painful thing you could imagine? The thought of losing someone dear to me. Okay, that must be hard. Sorry, though, that's the only kind of pain I can't fathom. I don't have anyone dear to me. You can't find that market. Clap, 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 clap. I know this sounds like an empty comfort, but I'm sure you'll find someone. Oh, really now? That'll be the day. Maybe at a funeral or something. Nova has, like, no self-esteem, so she just, like, hides it by being crazy. It's why I kind of hope the Ludens that are playable characters in Dirk 3, and, like, they team up with Lydia and whatnot, because I want to see them be more explored, because I do think they're interesting. And also, as I said before, I want to see Nova's character design in, like, a full 3D model, because it's actually a genuinely sick design. It's the whole simple but effective. Because it is literally just a skirt with suspenders and basically a bra, but they do enough of the coloring and whatnot to make it that it stands out for her, with, like, all, like, the, like, armament stuff, with, like, the weapon you can see hiding behind her wrist that looks like a big chain ball. The fact that she's basically, like, being tied down by her own, like, attire. Really foreign to her. Yeah, potentially. And I also just love black and purple, so, like, the color scheme is peak. And also, like, if you look behind, on, like, the bottom right of her, she's got, like, this huge, like, baggy, like, coat thing that she's holding onto. Assuming that is her coat and it's not, like, part of something else. Eldritch human being. But no, I love all of their designs. Levin is, like, this simple but effective. It makes him, like, really, like, blend into his background, but I genuinely like his look. And I like the two swords. Alice is genuinely beautiful, in my opinion. But Nova is just cool. It's almost like she's got, like... she's almost like she's got a big coat that she's just holding on behind her. I almost want to see her put the coat on to see what she looks like with it. But Alice is genuinely just beautiful, but I know that's probably the point.
What do you want?
Oh, I'm never gonna use them.
Welcome.
I like Alice as well. Alice is a good name. Anyway, before we go... Because we need to go to the Senephus Temple and then go backwards, I'm actually going to go to Sturful, because I think we can do that quest now. Eccentric taste, yeah. It's a shame we never got to make, we never got to see a sequel to that Alice game. The Alice Madness Returns. Because he was working on another one, but despite the fact people loved the first one and it sold pretty well, no publisher was prepared to fund it, and eventually it became He had the choice to either try and go indie or just give up, and he unfortunately just kind of gave up. He got tired of getting pulled around by publishers and having to play that song and dance all the time, and it just exhausted him out of it. Which, I get it. It's still a shame, but I get it. But I would have loved to have seen that game come back and actually be something. Or get to be something. Because I genuinely thought Alice Madness Returns was pretty fun. It was weird at times, but I thought it was pretty good fun. I think the water's already lowered. I mean, I'll have to check when we get there, but I think it's already low, so I can just go straight in. Yes. I mean, there's an enemy blocking the path, but that's fine. This is just to finish up this side quest.
Yeah! I'll take it down before it notices me.
Any idea what it is? All good.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, hey, look, Zelica, you're back to being on form. It's almost like you can go here at any point, so they know that, so it's we're a little over leveled now. Ow! And then I immediately get countered because magic counter. Fuck. I didn't even see what element she used, so I might get got twice here.
Alright, powering up.
Hey, I can just find out. What element are you? You are star.
Alright.
Do you counter fire then? Yes, you counter what you're weak to. Of course you do. Because heaven forbid you let me exploit a weakness.
Cover Sheena.
My turn. I'm best stuff. All good. I've got you now.
Okay, we're good.
Heck yeah! I'll do my
Alright, magic's back on the table, people.
Perfect. This isn't good.
All right.
Cover Sheena. I'll see what I can do.
My turn. All good. Guess it's all about what I'm talking about.
Am I getting stronger?
Alright, let's go finish off this side quest. Like, the only real side quest in this game. Because all the rest is just pick up items and fight a set amount of enemies. Let me go put my phone on charge quickly, actually, before we carry on, just because it's getting low. I'm back. I had an email as well. I was like, oh, what's this about? And it was an email from my workplace. It was like, oh, quarterly fucking finance results. I was like, oh, I don't care. I thought it was someone who like had something interesting to tell me. I see something glimmering. Oh, there it is. Does it look like a ring to you? That must be reflected the light. I want to try it on. You better not let your finger get stuck. I think it could be cursed.
Stop right there!
Ouch! I'm not touching it. Are you ladies messing around with Al again? Bet she'll be here any minute now. What makes you so sure she'll turn up? Sure. Let's just take a look. Done with the working world, yeah. Lucky for sub. We're waiting for the results of an inspection. I mean, we've almost guaranteed we fucking failed, and which is, for the record, a good thing. We need to fail because management are doing an atrocious job and something needs to, like, rip it out from the ground under them. Like, if anything's ever going to change for the better. But it's just like, we haven't heard. Oh, not you again. Wow, it's practically like clockwork. Clockwork? Oh no, not the mechanical owl that, like, the cool one-line is going to get Sly. Speaking of, Sucker Punch are the guys that make Sly. They're the ones that make Ghost of Tsushima and are making its sequel. Is it Ghost of Yote? I don't get paid enough, and I wouldn't get paid enough if I moved up. You can figure out the conversion rate yourself, but going from standard employee to supervisor gets me 30 pence more per hour. And like that alone, like the level of extra work and stress that puts on is not fucking worth 30 pence an extra an hour. That's like $half per hour more. Pence into pennies, yes. 100 pence is a pound. So 30 pence would be like the equivalent of like 30 cents. Or 50 cents, sorry. It's not worth it at all. There's nothing in this world that you can convince me. I am getting a pay rise at the end of October though, which will be nice. It's not too much more. It's more like they're rounding up because I'm on like £11.60 an hour and I'm going up to £12 flat. So it's nice that they're rounding up. So it'll be a bit more consistent for wages per hour. But it's just like, ugh. But it's just not worth the extra stress. There's too much work involved. Great instinct, I like to agree. Right. It's another item from your world, Shirote. Sounds like these items are drawn to you too. Hey Shirote, that ring belongs to you. But it's okay, because if you're a manager, you earn like 3 times what I earn per hour. It's like, yay, cool, I love this. I love that this is how labor works in the fucking first world. I love that this is balanced to make sure that I stay barely able to afford my rent, but my managers are A-okay even though they're fucking the stopover every day. I love that this is how the modern economy is. Man, if only there was a way to tear it all down. Problem is, we were brought out 2 years ago by fucking Walmart, so I know it's never going to get better. This is the Ring of Recollection. It summoned forth memories that lie dormant in the depths of your heart. I see. You're okay? Do you remember yet? I remember everything. Who I am, what I must do now. Yeah, about half of all supermarkets in the UK were brought out by Walmart in either 2020 to 2022. Including the one I work at. So we're owned by the American company Walmart. And so obviously trying to get any information across, it's like, what are we going to send overseas, huh? Hey, please give us some money, you fucks. And then they'll just send a nice email back that just says no. I have a mission. In order for me to complete my mission, I have to flee from battle, which ended in me wandering through time alone. For some reason, I have been brought to this unknown world, and I must hurry and return. And I know they're trying to buy the rest as well, because they want to monopolize the UK, which is just fucking evil, but hey, there's only if there was laws to stop that, you know, because they're so rich, they just get to ignore. But what do I know? I'm just the one stuck in this fucking country. If it wasn't clear or obvious, I don't love being a British citizen. I mean, I'm glad we have free healthcare, but even then, people decide to vote in 4 fucking idiots that were adamant to shut down our free healthcare to afford boats to get rid of immigrants, and I'm just like, why do we have so many fucking racist people in our goddamn country that they allowed 4 people into the House of Parliament, into our government? So I know I shouldn't talk politics, I hate talking politics, but it pisses me off that the people are so racist, they're prepared to get rid of the only good thing we have, which is free healthcare, to get rid of people who aren't white. Fucking please. So many people need to jump off a cliff for the better of mankind, I swear to God. Anyway, that's the last I'm going to talk about that conversation, because I'll just get more pissed off. Yeah, I know. If I move out of this country, it'll be to Canada. I've said it before. If there's anywhere I'd go Canada. I know Canada's not perfect either, but it's a surefire better than where I am. It'd be either Canada or Denmark, but it is what it is. I have been brought to this unknown world, and I must hurry and return. I know how badly you want to get back, but...
Listen here.
As it did. No, that was my fault. I started the conversation. That was entirely me bitching about work. Misanashi, try searching for the game one more time. This time, use that specific item you found to get a more concrete hit. Got it. Dragon Wing Valkyrie Shirote in the Ring of Recollection. No, nothing is hitting. Why? What? Even if there's many keywords, you still can't look it up? She practically fell out of the sky, right? There's got to be an explanation. About method return. Do you remember anything like that? Not a clue. There's a difference between remembering and knowing.
Right.
Even if I were to regain my memories, this is still my first time here. You there, strange creature. Do something. Strange creature? Who, me? I guess it's someone from her world. An adorable bear-like enigma looks like a freak. I must hurry and complete my mission. From my observation, you seem to require your fingers to do research. How might I be able to motivate you to work faster? Okay, I'll get right to it. Just put down the sword. Give me a second while I get out more searches. I await your response. You okay, Mizanashi? Yeah, I'll try pulling up more hits. What's this? Did something come up? It's a new bug. It's glitching out like in the sky did when Shirotse first appeared. I mean, they always refer to her as a her, so that's why I'm going off. Follow me, gang. I think I might know where a clue could be. Oh, right, it's at the end of the ship. Do I have to raise the water to get on the ship? I can't remember. I mean, we can just go over there and check.
Thanks.
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 Sensei poisoned her. I think we can just hop on. I don't need to change the water level to get on. Don't, like, speaking of, like, boyish girls, I saw, like, a fan edit, and the moment I saw the fan edit, because they did it on, like, the actual character model, like, they managed to, like, alter it sort of thing. The moment I saw it, I was like, man, what could have been? Fei Xiao, you know, like, the character in Star Rail I've been talking about that's, like, super fucking broken. She works out every single day. She has a gym routine. She does weightlifting. She does like a full routine. She has done every day. And through implications, like throughout the game, you can learn that she's actually significantly older than she looks. And she's been doing this since she was like a kid. And yet she's like got like no muscle on her because, you know, like every Hoyoverse game, they only have so many models that they just reuse and then slightly tinker to make the character look. And so someone did a fan edit of like her actually having like abs and like thicker like arms and whatnot to like be more accurate to what she should probably look like. And the moment I saw it, I was like, I need that. As soon as I saw it, I was like, I need her to look that hench. So it's true. Looks like you were right. There's also a fucking cosplay image of two cosplayers both dressed up as Fei Xiao meeting. And one of them is this really cute young lady, and the other's just like built like a brick shithouse man, and they're both cosplaying Fei Xiao. And I saw an edit, and it's like how Fei Xiao looks, how Fei Xiao plays. Now, she has a full gym routine with record. It's not just weightlifting. It was just the first thing that came to my mind. I mean, it could be, yeah. Oh, no, it was also like Fei Xiao with her light cone. Like, things like that. People doing lots of little edits. I have to see if I can find it after the stream and send it to you, 'cause it was fucking funny. But just two cosplayers, both as Fei Xiao. One's like this beautiful young lady, the other's like this built like a fucking unit, like butch man. It's just like routine is key. Yeah. Was it Fei Xiao? From what we saw from the animated, her routine is that she gets up, makes her bed, runs on like a running machine for like an hour, does like a gym routine after that for like half an hour afterwards, because she's the whole thing with Fei Xiao is that she's like the fastest woman alive. She's like Sonic the Hedgehog in human form, and so her doing a lot of time on the running machine is to her keep up her ability to be that super fast. But then she does a full gym routine, but we don't know what it is. Then she has food, then she gets her morning wake up shower, then she dries her hair and gets dressed, and then she's ready for the day. And she gets up at like 7 a.m. every day. And I'm like, fuck, Jesus Christ. Oh, deadlifts, squats, etc. Oh my god, fair. Oh, there's another hole in the sky.
What?
More strange things keep falling out of it. Oh, it's coming back to me. And distribute. I mean, from like what we saw in the trailer, she does eat healthily. I do say that though, but she does kind of like, at the end of the teaser, when she's kind of bantering with Jing Yuan, she does kind of like in one full mouth devour like a fucking pancake, and I was just like, all right, lady. But then that also could just be like high protein diet that she just keeps on top of it like that. I mean, I assume she has a high protein diet, but the point is she shouldn't be as skinny as Arakashi is, considering that she's been working out like every day non-stop for decades. But I say that Jing Yuan should also be more built than he is, but Jing Yuan's also lazy, so a lot of his muscles kind of slouched over, and that's convincing. Oh yeah, she is a, she knows how to do drunken boxing. Like, she knows how to do actual drunk fighting. And they show it off in one of her trailers with her legit being drunk and yet still schooling like a whole bunch of people. Where even though she's super wasted, she's a proper drunken master and knows how to do it. So her drinking habits probably don't help. But we also don't know if she drinks all the time. It was just in that trailer. There's a whole new set of bugs. Are those monsters from Shirote's world? They're not as gross, but they just look off. So routine is. We can discuss observations later. Get into position, everyone. No, I need no assistance. My plan is flawless.
Explain it.
Flawless? How exactly do you expect to handle this many enemies? Isn't it obvious? I'll kill them all myself. Where is the buzz? Fair enough. Bunker Buster. It's a shame you can't actually fight these enemies. I'd love for them to have actually made like a pixelated model of these guys that you have to fight, but no. Oh, she wasn't messing around. What's the matter? Done so soon? I was just getting started.
What?
This must be a factor. I mean, yeah, she's... If we're ignoring logic and putting that all to one side, we can also just put down that she's part of a Foxian race. She's not human, she's Foxian. And Foxian could do anything to her genetics that could just be made up by, you know, video games. So I've yet to see a single hench of Foxian, so... But that also could just be, you know, reusing models. Zero action. Oh, look behind you!
What's wrong?
Wait, there's no monster. Is that a person? There you are. I knew it was you. You banished me to this forsaken pit, didn't you? You couldn't keep me away forever. So it would seem. Though here you stand, a marvelous feat indeed. Why does it have to fade to black? The two of them seem to be rivals. Maybe she's the enemy Shirote mentioned. Without a doubt. Well, you enjoyed a leave of absence down here. I wonder what became of the hero and your 7 comrades. Can't wait to find out. Adieu. Oh. New man character. I mean, that's probably more what they were referencing. Wait. Don't, Shirote. You have no idea where that hole leads. There's no guarantee you'll even reach your original world. It might be a trap. You can't just run after her. Understood. Well said. However, I'm a Valkyrie, a title with distinction. A warrior does not question the call of battle. And we were never seen again. What?
Oh, no.
Shirote dived right in. Hey, Shirote, can you hear me?
But...
You okay down there? Answer me, Shirote. I am safe. It seems my gamble has paid off. Oh, I'm glad. You made it back to your world. I never thought I would say this, but thank you. Without your help, I would never regain my true self. Oh, this is it. Farewell. What, she also make a name for herself? What was that? Oh! Alright, take care of yourself too. At least the hole's sealed up now. Free spirit right till the end. But I kind of liked her. Me too, what a rash.
Not bad.
I respect her she took business into her own hands. She's one of a kind. I wish I could have spoken with her more. If only she could have shared the secrets behind her powers with me. Although our time together was brief, I am already beginning to pine for the next time we meet. I wonder if we ever will. Man, this is not how I expected that to end. I'm sure Shirote's gonna make it to the promised land someday. When that happens, I hope she'll have a heck of a story for us. Maybe fate brought Shirote into our lives for a reason. I'm sure we'll see each other again. Speaking of weird characters that cross over, you know the Owl Onis that show up in Dirk 2 in that bonus mode? You know, the giant purple heads? You know the game that's based on is actually getting a remaster in Japan on the Switch? I know when I heard about it, I was like, please bring it to the West. Please bring it to the West and like put it on other consoles. I would happily play Owl Oni to actually like play the origin of that fucking like collab with Dirk 2 just to try it out. I know it's an RPG maker horror game, so it's not like the longest, but I'm like, hell yeah, I'll play that. Just why? Because it was popular in Japan. I didn't realize until after I experienced it in Dirk 2 that Owl Oni was like super fucking big in Japan when it came out. But I'll try it. I'm up for it. It'll be a nice Halloween like horror themed game. I need something for my Halloween fix because I've only got like one game and a half for my Halloween plans this year. Which a Markiplier playthrough? Why would I? No, I'm good, thanks. Where's the fun in that? I'd rather play it myself, and then you can all laugh at me getting jump scared. Right, here we come, Odysseus.
Right.
You're right. All right, Enigma. Plot the course. Tell us the coordinates for. No, there is no need. Yes. There isn't. Yep. Hello, we're adventurers. Adventurers don't sweat the small stuff. Come on, gang. Let's do some exploring. Anyway, that's how that side quest ends, and Shirote was never seen again. Yeah, my Halloween, my big one is I want my big Halloween game, and it's going to be interesting because I'm going to try and get it all done within October. Is I'm going to finally play Lies of P. That's kind of my plan. Obviously, things could change, and it depends how we go. But it's why I'm like playing this game every day this week because I want to get it done. Because realistically, looking at my stream schedule, we should get this game finished this week. Looking at what's left, because after the volcano, Odysseus is not that long. I mean, it is, but it isn't. Anyway, we have to come back to here because you have to go back out the entrance. Oh, actually, we're in a new chapter. I should check what if the shop sells anything new.
You call. Take a gander at the goods on display.
Yeah.
Is this? Thank you. Is this okay?
Sure.
Thank you.
Oh, I don't like the magic drop. Fuck, that's just better. Yeah, I've said before, my plan, because my Let's Play covered every single character ending, I'm doing Sheena's, and then once the credits roll, I'm going to load it back up and show off Rapuka's. So you will have to fight the final boss twice, but that's fine. Okay, the only other one I want to buy is An's Ease, so I need to sell some stuff.
Interested in selling some items? Is this
okay, we can afford it.
Take a gander at the goods on display. Is this that? See you around.
Because like I said, it's already in the Let's Play. I was half debating not covering the DLC for the same reason, but the DLC has like a little bit of fun here and there, so I thought, fuck it, why not?
Quite nicely.
Rapuka has one? Yes. You know, 'cause you can like once you have the DLC, you can hang out with Rapuka. If you do all of her dialogue, it overrides the ending. But what a lot of people don't realize is that the very, very, very fucking last save point of the game before you go fight the final boss, Rapuka gets one more dialogue, and you have to do that to get the ending. But if you do that, it completely overrides any of the normal endings, which is why I'm not doing it, because, you know, Sheena's the one that's important. The Rapuka ending is what basically confirms that she's reincarnated in reality. Which is, like, the biggest driving point of the theory. Like, it's the one that confirms that she got reincarnated. Because Arata meets her and doesn't realize until after she walks away that it was Rapuka that he just spoke to. Which is just kind of cool. Because they just have a normal chat, because she doesn't look like a Luden. She's human because she's reincarnated. And it's only as he goes away she goes, wait a minute, hang on, was that?
Right.
It couldn't have been.
Be careful out there.
But we'll get to that when we get to that. But like I said, that's my plan. I'm going to show off the Sheena ending, because all of the other endings are kind of the same idea, as in you bump into them, and then after a chat, they recognize and realize who Arata is, and you get your happy reunion. But Sheena's is the one that then elaborates into the bigger picture of the lore, and what we need for like the future, for me explaining shit when we get the Code Z. Basically, when we get the Code Z, and especially when we get to Dirk 3, I'm going to be going in, because I, know this shit, I'm going to be going in with the assumption that people watching also kind of know what I'm talking about when I talk about certain aspects of the lore and story in the background. Which is why I also wanted to do these live streams, because it's an easier returning point for people that aren't sure to go back and watch these things and go, wait, what did that mean? What did that mean? Ultimately, despite my mic quality at the time, the most condensed version you're going to get is the Let's Plays. But you have to go into understanding that I Let's Played Dirk 1 before 2 was out, so some of my theories and knowledge on that was proven incorrect later.
All good.
And when I played Dirk 2, some of that hadn't been fully elaborated yet because Dirk 2 was less than a month old in the West when I did the Let's Play for that. So like some details are either not as detailed or I just, you know, didn't have the knowledge I do now. But I was like super knee deep in Dirk lore. I love learning more about Death and Request and like everything means. So much so I had an argument with... It wasn't even that long ago. I had an argument with someone who writes the Dirk wiki and won. Because I knew better than they did and they write the fucking wiki.
Let's go. All right.
And it was because they assumed a detail in between that I could prove otherwise. They went, oh, because this means this and that means that, that must mean that. And I went, no, because literally read this part.
All good.
And the funny part is that I could even like go like, hey, even in your wiki, the wording in the wiki says might because you didn't know. Sorry, I was just running to a text.
I'm going in, okay?
Oh, whoops, I didn't heal between fights. Oh, well.
All good.
I wish the enemies were cluttered together a bit more.
On guard. Perfect.
And as for, Dirk 2, I'm undecided right now if I will show off the, bad ending. I mean, I probably will. Because I like to show off as much as I can about that game, but I will obviously show off the true ending and the secret. Because the beauty of Dirk 2 is that as long as you have a system save of you beating the game once, it will count you as technically an NG plus for like all the extra cutscenes and whatnot. So, you know, I still have my save from 2019, so it'll be easy enough for me to just
all good.
Show it off and get the extra stuff.
Perfect. Another enemy bit.
Don't heal yourself, you bitch.
My turn. All good.
All right, leave it to me.
Perfect.
Fucking missed immediately. Nice.
My turn.
I should probably reorganize. Now we've got way more SP. I should probably reorganize what my default free skills are for everyone, the action skills. Because I could probably make that Rukadan across the board for you. I'll make it Sorza. I know it's expensive as shit. You can absolutely have Azure Bullet. We'll go Fionia, because Phoenix Ray will... I think... do I just, like... Do I do it? I'm doing it.
Thank you. Thanks.
But yeah, I want to at least get to the volcano and actually, like, get to the first real good rest there before I wrap up for today. We'll also make the cell nice. And then tomorrow,
chill out.
Because I do want to get a move on with this game a little bit, and I want to get it done by the end of this week, it's going to be the volcano and the DLC dungeons.
I'm so sorry.
Alright, fucking... sorry, Sheena, you just weren't allowed to play, I guess.
All good.
I guess they all bundled close together.
Yeah, I'll end it.
Perfect.
Whoops.
Perfect.
Not too shabby out there.
My turn! Alright.
It's gonna die of poison, right?
Let's go!
It doesn't matter what happens here, it's gonna die of poison next turn.
That's victory! Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. Thanks. Thanks.
Actually, we'll do a little bit of the volcano just to try and get more of a mojo.
Perfect.
Whoops.
Perfect. Done.
Actually, I might triple Phoenix Ray her just because it's more damage. And she's got the SP to kind of get away with it. I wish they'd leave Sheena alone though. Jesus Christ, what did she do to you guys?
All right. My turn. All good. Heck yeah!
Cover
I'll do my
Sheena.
best.
Perfect.
Oh, whoops. Hey, we're not doing that anymore. I didn't realize her corruption was that high.
What do you say? It's cooking so black.
I'll work harder.
Oh, even leveled up, okay.
I'll take it down before it notices me.
I don't like that they're all, like, glaring at Sheena again. Leave her alone. She's done nothing to you, folks.
Heck yeah!
I'll do my best. Perfect.
Leave it to me. All right.
Nice.
Leave it to me.
I think the crazy thing, though, and it shows how, like, as much as I ramble and get distracted a lot,
All good.
how much fun I'm actually having, is that, 3 hours have already passed in this stream, and I'm like, how?
Let's go. All right. Leave it to me. All good.
Oh, right. For some reason I thought Estate was still equipped.
All good. Guess it's all. That's what I'm talking. Thanks. Thanks. Thank you.
You're not going to speak with her? Huh? I can tell you've been watching Claire. I just figured you wanted to say something. I can't help from staring at her. It's hard to shake this feeling. What do you mean? See, it wasn't just Lily. After her, Al and Lucille both showed signs of extreme mental duress. Now I'm only biding my time until Claire and Stella could exhibit similar breakdowns. I mean, it's only a matter of time. I see. You have a point. Logic leans in your favor. If you're right, then we can identify what emotions they're missing ahead of time. We might be able to rethink how to approach them. Right, if possible, I'd like them to regain their missing emotions painlessly. I don't know how much more I can watch them suffer. Yeah, you said it. Is that why you've been keeping a close eye on Claire? Yeah, first I was observing Celica, but she's so expressive it's hard to pin down. Then I thought Claire might have more of an obvious tell. I think I should keep wait, huh? Where'd Claire go? She was leading us from the front just a moment ago. Right here. Jeez, Claire. When did you get behind us? I thought you two had fallen behind, so I came back around to get you. But what are you talking about? You've been watching me. Don't try to hide it. Let me make one thing clear. I won't lose my mind like the others have. My emotions are completely intact. She's sharp. I mean, I saw what happened with Lucille too. I was there. It's only natural to assume someone else is next. In that case, it cuts to the chase. Do you have any inklings to what feeling you might have lost touch with? Don't worry. Like I said, my emotions are intact. I won't waste any more time chasing shadows. I'd rather you focus on tracking down the giant martyr that ate that terminal stone. Okay, thanks, Claire. Don't mention it. Just know, next time you question me, I'll have to bill you. What? Do you think I was paranoid for nothing? If she says she doesn't feel out of touch with any of her emotions, maybe she hasn't lost any of them. Or maybe she doesn't know she's out of touch with them. Clea seems pretty self-assured and confident. True. Yeah, she's missing her fear. Nothing seems to really scare her much. She's not uncomfortable letting her feelings be known. Well said. Still, it's better to be safe than sorry. I'd rather be wrong than unprepared. Okay.
What's this?
I kind of didn't want to fight everything down here, but here we go.
All good. Guess it's all over.
I'll end it.
Oh, you know what I could do? I think...
Perfect.
I don't know if we're prepared enough for it. We can go fight, like, the DLC super boss when we get to the volcano, because that's around there.
Let's go.
Stop healing each other, you fucks.
All right.
All right, leave it to me.
It's
Somebody
over.
needs some help.
Damn.
Is this good?
Here.
Guess it's all. Whoop.
Oh, and that's the last, like, field exploration you get to do, by the way. And also, we're back in new locations again, and this track, Inferno, is kind of cool. It's like the giant martyr is nested around the volcanic range. Of course it chose the most sweltering armpit of the planet. I'm gonna melt. If we don't move fast, I'll turn into soup. Now, just consider this a part of your training, okay? I can't. Battling inside of a cave dotted with pools of lava, just asking for trouble. I mean, there's already little room to move around as it is, and our enemies are huge. I know, I can hear the fearsome stomp of martyrs echoing from beyond the tunnel. It would not be wise to be here for long. Let's hurry up and find that terminal stone. I got sweat in places I don't want. I didn't know I have. Fine. I guess I'll suck it up for a bit. Gee, is everything all right? Yeah, I think so. But the entire cave is bugged out. Yeah, no kidding. If past experience has taught me anything, it's going to get harder from here. I expect the source of these bugs is waiting for us in the deepest part of the cave. You mean Natoma Queen? Afraid so. Make sure everyone stays hydrated. The heat's on. But you can see already there's a camp over there.
Thanks.
You know, that somehow didn't catch fire, because you would have thought it would have caught fire on its own by now, but...
Let's go. Ambush.
Any idea what it is?
No. Meteornus, no, fuck off. I want to see what these glitch spots are. Dang you. No! Oh, fucking stun bugs are now a thing, right. Forgot about them. Alright, don't touch the yellows or you'll lose your fucking turn.
All good. Not too shabby.
Oh, you counter physical. Hey, Celica, you're not helpful here.
Perfect.
I knew there was an enemy here that completely counters Celica, because like I said, they try and balance her out by just making everything resist her after a while.
All right.
Ready for
my
battle.
turn.
I think I know what my team for the next part will be then. It is physical, right? It might actually... Let me check this, if it's star.
All good.
Let me just try this and see if they reflect this.
Not too
Okay, it's star that they reflect. Okay, either way, Celica's fucked.
Perfect. Let's go. All right.
Puzzle installed.
Leave
Look
it
sharp.
to me. Is this it? Is this it? Is this it? Nailed it. It's over.
My turn. Give him hell.
Coming for ya. I'll do my best.
Jesus, that did a lot of damage.
Perfect. Perfect. Leave it to me. All right. It's over.
I'll see what I can do.
I'll end it.
Oh, she's 104. Yeah, no, she's not going to do that then.
Perfect. Another enemy vanquished. Let's go. All right. Just wait till Hey, how's this? Hey, how's this? On guard. Perfect.
No, fucking nearly.
It's got me so glad. Please help me.
Oh, this is another area where like you get a lot of experience. I'll keep it this way around for now. I just if there's a big enemy, you have to keep in mind Celica's not going to be that helpful. Actually, the super boss is in the second half of this dungeon. No, we'll do it next time. You almost made it to the Sky Capital. Feels surreal. Yeah, alright, I heard that laugh. Yeah, we overcome so much. Never anticipated making so many friends along the way. Same here. At first I thought this journey was going to be a painful one. With your help, though, I was able to muster up the courage. And let me respond to a text. Thanks, motorbike. The fucking lot. But once I become acquainted with our party, this adventure became a reason to explore an entire world, something I never dreamed possible. Glad you feel that way. Though I could have done without the loud outbursts from the girls, I'm happy to see you made it this far together. I know, whenever the group was together, I couldn't help myself from smiling and laughing. Considering how much despair the people of this world... Despair? Shut up, Nagato. With experience, I have to treasure moments spent with those I care about most. Well put. What a journey it's been. When you stop to think about the memories we've made along the way, what comes to mind is the laughter, and thanks to our friends. What's the matter? So if I'm able to return to the real world safely, what will become of everyone else? I know this is something we have to deal with sooner rather than later. Right. Once I return to the real world and restore the default settings, it'll remove the bugs, but all the girls will return to their normal states. Maybe it doesn't have to be that way. The NPC girls have minds connected to the real world, just like you, Sheena. There's a chance we could reunite on the other side. That's why we're going to turn the NPCs into their normal selves. Leave it to me. I'll make sure they wake up next to you on the other side, Sheena. But even if they actually do exist in the real world, what if they don't remember the times we shared together? That I can't say. I hope they hold on to us. Huh? I don't want them to forget about me. I'm terrified of waking up without any memory of the friends we've made. Hey, cheer up. There's no guarantee you'll lose them, right? Huh? So long as two of us remember, then memories of our journey will survive. If you're able to wake up next to them and introduce yourself, maybe you'll be able to jog their memories too. But what if as soon as I return to my body, I lose all my memories again, this time with our new friends? If that happens, you can bet I'll tell you all about it. I remember everything. I won't let your existence or what you did here be in vain. Besides, who knows what'll happen? As likely as you forget you, one could also predict that they're just as likely to retain their memories. It's important to prepare for the worst, but I think a little optimism is what we need to make the world a brighter place. Point well taken. It's easy to let negative thoughts stir when you let them linger without expressing them. Alright, don't worry about a thing. I'm a genius after all. I'll make sure you get to the true ending I'll make sure... Oh wow, my voice changed there for a second. The true ending you deserve. I know I can count on you. Did you just laugh? Sorry, it must be relief. Really can count on you. It's a 50-50 chance. If you say so, Mizanashi, I believe. Cool. Hey, you got a sec? Oh, what's up? What do you want? Well, there's something I wanted to ask. Oh, sure. I'll answer anything. Is she crying? Oh, what am I saying? Of course. How could she not be? No matter what kind of front she puts up, Alice is still a kid and a girl. Never mind. It can wait. Were you crying just now? What are you talking about? You stupid? I wasn't crying. I was just feeling sleepy. My eyes got all teary when I yawned. Man, you're still a kid. You don't have to act so tough all the time. You're welcome to cry as much as you like. Enigma, you can leave. If you'd like alone time, then I'll go. My parents were murdered, so I'm all alone regardless. So regardless of what comes next, I'll have to figure stuff out on my own. It's nice of you to worry for me and all, but you don't have to. You're not alone. Huh? I know that we're not replaceable for your replacement for your family, but you have friends who care about you as if they were your own flesh and blood. That, of course, includes me. Don't hang me out to dry. Come on. We're here for you. If you don't think I'm suitable for a friend, then you've got Sheena and Lily too. Sorry, Enigma. It's just that everyone means so much to me. I can tell. Sorry, probably could have phrased it better, right? I was looking forward to seeing my mom and dad again. There's so much I've been wanting to tell them. The list only grew as our journey went on, but now I'll never get the chance. I'm sure you'll see them again someday. I'll do whatever I can to find your parents. They're already dead, though, so you can't. You say the weirdest stuff sometimes, Enigma. Even if her parents in this world are long gone, maybe she'll be able to see them in the real parents. You're a sweetheart, Enigma. I appreciate the thought. Yeah, that's right. Show some respect. Alright, I take it back. Oh, looks like she's right back to normal. Enigma, thanks for that. Alright, let's race back to the others. Last one, there's a rotten bear. Hey, man, she's still just a kid. If you can hear that, that's my cat snoring again. It's almost time, Mr. Enigma. I know. Next, just go down this road. I'll let Celica know, since she's leading the pack. Got it, thanks. Hey, there's something I don't get. How are you two so good at navigating us through these places? Is that strange? Seems normal to me. Normal, huh? Well, even the famous Celica doesn't know much about the route leading to the mystical sky capital, so what are you two hiding? Ah, crap. A guy as sharp as a tack. I need to choose my words very carefully. Guess I could leave the answering to Sheena, but in the meantime I'll try and buy her time to think of an answer. No, I don't really know. Maybe you should try asking Sheena. Wait, you're the most suspicious one of all, Enigma.
This isn't good.
Not me. You're always supporting us in battle, but how the hell does that work? It's not magic, right? I'm not a mage, I am a mage. She won't buy it. I am not a mage. How would I respond? It's not magic per se, but if that's how you want to look at it, fine by me. It's a simpler term. You're deflecting. When you show me what you can really do. What? I can't just summon my bullets on a fly. Hey, don't point your weapon at me. Only when confronted with death can one access their true power. Now, you ready? Hey, there's all one big misunderstanding. All I'm saying is I'm not just magic. If that's the case, then it can only mean one thing. Might be a shot in the dark, but... Remain calm. There's no way she'd find out. She has no conception of the real or virtual worlds. Easy now, just speak slowly so she doesn't try analysing any more of your behaviours. So what could it be, then? You two must be the creators of this world. What? How'd she figure it out? Suppose that every world has a god. In that case, it's you two. It would make sense. How do you know where and why everything is in the world and what it is? You're practically omnipotent. It all makes sense. So care to comment? Well, shit, if I try to deny her argument, things could just get worse. I've got no choice but to run. Man, anyways, this volcano is sweltering. I need some fresh air. I'll catch you later. I said before he said he can't feel changes in temperature in that suit. What a funny little bear. She knows. Claire is so sharp about this shit. I give up. What's got you so wound up? It's about this world. This world is the only place you've been meaning to explore? Ha! Contrary to my glowing reputation, there are other things I'm interested in exploring. I've got something larger on my mind, like that god that molded this world into being. God? Oh, I mean, someone had to have created this world, right? Sure, I guess I see where you're coming from. Yep. My dream is to help forge an era of peace without any more of these monsters. Perhaps there is a bigger reason behind all of this, though. Is there something in particular that you would suggest fixing? Yep. Don't you think the aesthetic is a bit gaudy? It has to be better to scale down, don't you think? Maybe when we reach the Sky Capital, God will heed my suggestion. Celica has no idea who she's talking to. Nor does she understand that there's nothing waiting for them in Odysseus. It's simply a map that initiates the endgame. For Celica and the girls, however, it seems to symbolize something. A true pinnacle of achievement, but soon they'll find out. Who knows? Design stuff goes way over my head. Could all be random. Then again, if this world had no bugs and existed in peace with no strife, then there'd be no real reason to explore it. It'd be boring. Indeed, you've got a point. If you never chosen to explore this desolate world, then Owl wouldn't have aspired to be an adventurer like me. It's the butterfly effect. Regardless, I stand by what I said. There must be some larger reason for why things unfold the way they do. You mean like fate? Perhaps, or more appropriately, God. You've been thinking about this, haven't you? Yeah, does that surprise you? I quite enjoy periods of contemplation. Shoot, I was supposed to train with Owl. Thanks for listening, Enigma. Sure, good luck. There must be a God, huh? If God really does exist in the real world, I wonder if he observes what he's created, just like how Sheena and I do. Oh man, why don't you just go ask Lydia that question? I'm sure she'd be able to tell you. I don't know if I like the sound of that. That laugh, is that Lucille? What are you doing here, chuckling to yourself? Someone's in a good mood. What's so funny? Lucille?
I caught myself in reverie. Ever since I'd regained my lost emotions, my memories have been flooding back to me, but I can't help but laugh.
You don't say. I've had my fair share of laughs from looking back at my past. Am I weird? Not at all. I think it's normal to think fondly back at the things that made you smile.
That's nice to hear.
It's only just recovered her sense of joy, so maybe it's a lot to handle at once. Wait, if the pause on her mind, I doubt she's finding much humor in her exile. Hey, Lucille? No, I can't just blurt it out. Lucille, may I ask what you're laughing about?
I was remembering the moments following when I first met you and Sheena. Long before that, I'd been exiled from my village, so I don't have any fond memories aside from Mitan.
Oh, I knew it. Yeah, we'll dive. Do you ever think back to when you lived in your village?
Up until recently, yes. However...
Is there any more?
Ever since we crossed paths, so much has happened. I'm not sure if I have the time to reflect upon these traumatic events and sulk about them.
You've got a point. Well, thanks to Al's antics, you got great caretakers in Sheena's and Lily, like a pair of guardian angels.
I'll always cherish the times I spent so far with you and the others. Thank you.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Thank you for everything.
Sure thing. Alright, so you have to be a little bitch and be like, oh, what was that? Lily, what's the matter?
Enigma, well, I've been doing some thinking lately.
I see, my bad. I didn't bother you, did I?
No, I'm pleased to see you. I was just hoping to speak with someone about it.
Well, if you want, I'm all ears.
Thank you. It pertains to that dream of mine again.
The dream? Wait, is that the dream about the real world that everyone else has been seeing?
Yes, I dreamt about a family with whom I lived in a quaint house, but I can't shake this eerie feeling.
So I've been thinking, what is the eerie feeling?
It feels like I am unwanted, you know? There are others who live with me inside this home, and yet I am terribly alone.
When you say others, are you referring to your family inside the dream, Lily?
I don't know. There was a man close to my father's age and his partner. If they were indeed my parents, why would I feel so isolated?
Because her stepmom was very toxic and abusive.
Why would I feel so isolated? It reminds me of the days I spent with the Queen.
You mean when you lived at Hardis?
Yes, though the two situations are not one and the same. Even when I was imprisoned, there was no sense of dreadful anxiety as I felt in my dream. I was gripped by a harsh black terror in the dream, unfulfillment, like someone had carved a hole in the center of my heart.
Sounds like a hell of a dream, huh? I wonder what it could all mean. Now that she mentions it, Lily had just escaped from her cell when she first met. The conditions in which she suffered were brutal, but she herself said her dream was even worse.
What's the matter? You needn't be sad for my sake.
I've never picked reprimand, fuck it. You're right, I don't have to worry about you, not when you're surrounded by friends. Huh? Lily, all the girls have your back. If you so much as utter the word lonely, that'd be the end for you. You can see it now. I would probably force you to sleep next to her each night and arrange a sleeping schedule with the other girls.
Perhaps if it were to happen, I wouldn't be affected by these frightening dreams, would I?
Maybe, but then again, you'd never sleep again on account of Al snoring.
Thank you so much, Enigma.
That's blatantly her saying it, but I forgot to correct the subtitle.
Thank you.
It seems I've forgotten how blessed I truly am. It wasn't worth it to depress myself for nothing more than a dream. Besides, the dream wasn't all that bad.
Huh?
Sure, loneliness is nothing to scoff at, but there was something nostalgic about the memory too.
What was it? Was it the setting?
Yes, actually. I found myself in a quaint home. The furnishings were foreign to me, but it felt familiar all the same, quite surreal.
Nostalgic, huh? She might be tapping into her subconscious memories through her dreams. The NPCs undoubtedly connected to the real world. Lily's unnerving loneliness might be more than just a coincidence. There could be a link between her altered character backstory and her subconscious memories. I should look into it more.
Enigma, is something wrong?
Oh, no worries. Why don't we rejoin the others? They're waiting for us.
Okay.
No matter what truths we uncover, as long as you've got your friends by your side, you'll be fine, right, Lily?
Take a gander at the goods on display.
I was going to see if there's anything else worth buying, but no. I think... I said I was going to do a bit of the volcano, but I didn't realize how much talking we was going to do there. I think that's a good place to wrap. I'm trying to be better at keeping these streams around 3-ish to 4 hours, across the board. Obviously, some things break away from that. Castlevania, fucking Order of Ecclesia, and that finale where the castle kicked my ass for 4 hours. But as a whole, I'm trying to be better at keeping it 3-ish hours. I said it because I want to get this game done this week. Depending on how it goes, Sunday might be a bit longer just to try and get the game done, but
we'll get to that one when we get to it. But I am going to call it a stream there. So, as always, what artwork can I leave it on? Sure. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. It genuinely really helps this channel grow. Additionally, you can find my Twitter, Patreon, and PayPal in the description of every single video. Kind of asides. Yeah, well, it happens. I enjoy the banter. But until then, you guys take care now. Peace.